All right, everybody, we're about to get this party started. About to get it started. Look at our big old slab. A little bit. All right. All right, everybody. Look at that big old slab. That's what we call us fishermen call a good catch. A slab. You know? That's a slab right there for you. That's a slab. We're about to get this party started. Oh, you know how we do it. Today I kind of just threw myself on there, so let's do this. Let's see what happens when things happen. Like to say, happy is it Tuesday? Tuesday. Everybody out there, hope you're having a good day or evening, depending on what side of town you're at. Uh-oh, wait.
And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and Kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black, she is everything. So black, she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says, ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words, but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says, bitch, I might be. Says, nuck if you buck, then says, wipe me down. Kettle says, yes, my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says, hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
So I did a video a couple days ago about how to identify a Pookie and a Ray Ray. And I only had 3 minutes, so I would like to add this comment to the list of how to identify a Pookie and a Ray Ray. This guy says more responsible. Again, women control access to sex. Any man who says this is a giant red flag. So this is actually something that could be brought up during the courting phase of the getting to know you phase. Is if you're interested in a guy, give him a random scenario and ask him who controls access to sex. And if he says women do, then that should be an immediate red flag and to leave him alone, because this is essentially a misogynistic view, and it's really designed to get men off the hook of being accountable for their part that they play in making children, since women do not produce asexually. So if you ever see a man making this type of comment or saying that, oh, only women control access to sex because I'm not responsible for my own organs, I'm not responsible for my own body, and it implies that men can never say no to sex. So it's like, oh, well, if the woman is willing to do it, then I'm not going to say no. That's basically what this is saying. So if you're going to have sex just because someone else suggested, and you're never going to say no or take control over your own body, then that's really more of a you problem than it is a they problem, especially since they stay complaining about child support, and they stay complaining about, oh, well, once she gets pregnant, we don't have a say. No shit, genius. That's why you don't pull your pants down unless it's with a woman you A, want to marry, and B, would not mind having a child with. This method has worked for me for over 30 years. Stop dropping body. Say no.
Yeah, that's very interesting, because it does seem like we men, we don't, we want to be called leaders, but we don't want to do what leaders do. It's that simple. We want to be called leaders. We want to be given credit for being leaders, but we don't do what leaders do. Let me keep it going. Kind of, we're warming up right now.
Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, I mean, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral.
Yeah, it certainly was.
All right, shout out to Ash K in the house, JP Nobody in the house, Tomas in the house, Happy Life in the house, Gemini in the house. We're going to keep this going.
Yeah, I will say, across the board, Black women are the lowest in terms of dating and marrying. In fact, actually, Black women are high in dating because we give up sex the most.
All right, take your shirt off.
That was yours.
No, that's yours.
We're doing the most. We dominate rap.
What?
In the culture that is very sexual, especially in the US. So a lot of men see us as easy targets to have sex with.
You're not gonna get down to the skivvies?
And we have the highest rate of having children outside of marriage, wedlock.
What?
And so men see us as bedwenches, easy to have sex with.
You're not gonna get down to the skivvies?
But they don't see us as valuable wives.
You're not gonna get down to the skivvies? You're not gonna get down to the skivvies? You're not gonna get down to the skivvies?
I get to dictate. Take your shirt off. So here is a bonus reason as to why the 90-day rule doesn't work. If you want to see the full breakdown where I give 5 different reasons why it doesn't, make sure you check out my channel, Melanie King Official. The video is right there now. But this is going to be a bonus reason. And it stings a man's ego.
All right, in the house, Columbus Hill. Columbus Hill is in the house.
And his pride. It is basically telling a man for 90 days to be sexually rejected.
You're not gonna get down to the skivvies?
Y'all want me to take my shirt off? Y'all want me to? Somebody super chat $5,000. I'll do it. Have you been to a sex party?
I have been.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us.
We're for the streets. We're twerking.
On how bizarre it is that they are accusing you of the very thing that they do.
Get it poppin'. Hey, uh-oh. Nice.
On my live, you can see it.
We're for the streets. We're twerking.
Get it poppin'.
We're for the streets. We're twerking.
Get it poppin'.
We're for the streets. We're twerking.
Get it poppin'. Hey, uh-oh. Nice.
On my live, you can see it. You can't see it on y'all.
Oh, you damn sure can see it on her
You can
live.
see it on my live. You can see everything. Y'all want me to take my shirt off?
They are accusing you of the very thing that they do.
Y'all want me to? Somebody super chat $5,000. I'll do it.
We're for the streets. We're twerking.
Get it poppin'. Get it. Hey, nice.
We're for the streets. We're twerking.
Yes, I have 13 kids. You hear me?
No,
I said I have 13 kids.
I didn't hear you.
On how bizarre it is that they are accusing you of the very thing that they do.
What's your body count?
You lost count.
I have no idea. 1.
Y'all want me to be a bad girl? You want me to break the law?
They are accusing you of the very thing that they do.
Give an estimate. Give an estimate. I got yours, you got mine. What do you think? What's your body count? Give a rough estimate.
I have no idea.
But throw in like a number that you can think of.
2 very boring minutes later.
See, here's the funny part. Both of these people have made a living off of judging other people. The dude to the right, MTR, can't even remember how many women he's run through. And the woman to the left, well, along with admitting that she was, drunk and is divorced and, she's getting up there a little bit, still is judging people. That's the weird thing. They're still judging people. They're out there judging somebody right now. I guarantee you not. They're judging somebody. It's like, do what I say, not what I do. Angry Man does the same thing. We're going to take a deep dive into Krew. I know I'm not going to say everybody on the Krew season does it, but I know that some people do. People choose. You can choose wrong in so many different ways. You can choose the wrong role models. By the way, these two people here on the screen, men look up to them as role models, though they promote being drunk if it's them, being irresponsible if it's them, not you. You can't do it. Being promiscuous. It's okay if it's them, if it's only them and maybe they're friends. But no, it's bad for you. It's bad for you. It's okay for MTR and his buddies to do it. But no, not you. No.
Since high school?
Since you've been getting it in. Since you first.
I mean, he has so many that he can't he can't even say it because he knows even to his boys, it'll sound bad. So you guys are being tutored and given knowledge from a monger. And a monger mammy. She first says, and we're back over to Melanie. She first calls all Black women for the streets and then does for the streets type shit. You cannot make this up. You cannot. Let's play a little bit more and let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's going on.
They are accusing you of the very thing that they do.
We're for the streets. We're twerking.
People who usually say one thing but do another are hypocrites.
Somebody super chat $5,000. I'll do it.
They are great pretenders and are quick to spot other mistakes and errors, even though they claim to be right.
Yeah, I will say, across the board, Black women are the lowest.
Y'all want me to take my shirt off? Somebody super chat $5,000. I'll do it.
Sometimes they are not so easy to spot because they always hide their true nature.
You can't make this shit up, people.
Y'all want me to?
But here are 8 red flags that alert you to any hypocrite.
Yeah, I will say, across the board, Black women are the lowest.
Number 1, gossiping. Gossiping is typical with every hypocrite.
In fact, actually, Black women are high in dating because we give up sex the most.
They always paint the wrong picture of a person to another.
What's your body count?
You lost count.
He lost count, but she is calling women for the streets and saying that Black women give out the most sex, when actually it's not even true. It's Black men that give out the most sex by double that of Black women. Double times 2. That means whatever Black women are doing, Black men are doing double that, over double. And Black women are beat out by Caucasian women, by the way. They're not even number 2. Even though you got these brothers doing their run-through game. Before I go on, let me kick out some shout outs to Miss RV in the house, Black Woman Rise in the house, Miss Globe Girl in the house, Happy Life in the house, Gemini's in the house, Jen J's in the house, TK's in the house, K Brown is in the house, Ash K is in the house, Tomas is in the house, K Brown is in the house, Columbus Hill in the house.
I have no idea.
Acting as a middleman collects information from you and paint it as bad to other people and gives you information about other people, making you see them in the bad light.
And so men see us as bed wenches, easy to have sex with.
Let me stop that and go back for 1 second because I need to make that important. This is a graph from some official spot, CDC, somebody. This is the median number of intercourse partners by race and sex. These are Caucasian people right here. This is white women. This is white men. Okay? This is Black women getting beat out by white women. Okay? Black women getting beat out by white women. So Black men can't even say that Black women are promiscuous, because if they do, they have to say white women are promiscuous. That's that. It's that simple. But way the fuck up here. That's us. That's Black men. We're way up here. We're way up here. Wait a minute. Did I say we're way up here? We're way up here. Way up here. Basically, Black women are just in the mix with everybody else. We're the ones who are for the streets, which makes perfect sense since Future was the one who brought that for the streets thing into the mix, making it, famous. And it turns out he's the one who's for the streets with his, is it 8 or 9 or 10 kids? I don't understand what it is. That's just crazy to me. I'll keep it going. Why not? I mean, why not? This is getting entertaining.
Have sex with.
What's your body count?
You lost count.
I have no idea.
Number 2, when actions and words don't match up. Hypocrites expect a high standard from others, but don't live those standards themselves. They break the rules and act as if it isn't wrong.
Y'all want me to take my shirt off? Y'all want me to? Somebody super chat $5,000. I'll do it.
They hide their flaws.
Can somebody please super chat this woman $5,000 so she can take off her shirt and be for the streets? Jeez,
She doesn't have to take her shirt off to be for the streets. She's already for the streets.
Quite honestly, you're right. She's already in the streets already. She just wants to be Mo for the streets. In the house, strumming and wrenching. In the house, Happy Life. In the house, Gemini. In the house, Lita Carponi. In the house, K Brown.
seemingly perfect to people. They are always critical and see faults in people.
In fact, actually, Black women are high in dating because we give up sex the most.
What's your body count?
You lost count.
I have no idea.
You be going to the hood and cleaning up.
On how bizarre it is that they are accusing you
Black women are high in dating because we give up sex the most.
of the very thing that they do.
Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible humans. Men are trash.
Yes, yes. All right, all right. We're about to get this party started. Okay. This guy gets on my nerves. I don't even want to press play, but here we go.
You're now tuned in.
You are now tuned into
To the realest show on YouTube with your host, the Angry Man.
So,
Introducing If Negro Please Was a Person, i.e., we call him the Section 8, preloads off his, well, you're going to find out soon. Here we go.
I actually wasn't gonna do a show this morning.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever.
I had prior plans. You know, I don't really like telling my business like that, but me and my wife planned on going on a little mini vacation. You know, because we've been grinding so hard this year, not really.
She been grinding. You've been making videos. Keep it real, bruh. In the house, King Lucifer. In the house, Miss Globe Girl. In the house, TK. In the house, K Brown. In the house, Lita Carponi. In the house, Sutton Bear. In the house, Ask K. Here we go. We're going to keep it going.
Going anywhere. And you know, I didn't get much sleep last night. Was up, you know, packing clothes and stuff, and
Oh, poor angry man had to pack his own bags. Oh, poor little boy. Whatever. He actually had to be an adult. He couldn't play in his playground.
just got up, you know, a little while ago.
Columbus Hill says this. Angry man trashes his son on the World Wide Web, calls him a rat. Well, number one, thank you, Columbus Hill. Takes one to know one. Two, who taught him to be that way? Let's find out. This is getting interesting. This is getting interesting here. Oh, he's gonna cry.
I'm pretty sure a lot of you was watching my
Is he about to cry? For real?
He sounds like it.
Oh, boy.
Pretty sure a lot.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have not looked at this video at all. Okay, I haven't reviewed it. I just grabbed it and threw it on.
You was watching my show last night. And
damn, this dude I guess he's trying to win an award or something. In the house, Prism. In the house, Bridget Mouton. In the house, Happy Life. In the house, Lita Carponi. Let's keep it going.
While we were, while we were on the show, all of us were joking around and stuff. It was me, Breezy, podcast, Wrench.
Okay, I sure hope somebody passed away the way he's acting.
I might have to hit the fast forward.
Israel, got some really horrible news. And so I cut the stream. I really wish I had been quicker on the draw. I really wish that he wouldn't have got that news while we were live. Because there's some stuff that really should remain private. People see me and Iz up here on YouTube. And a lot of y'all, I've told you about him before he even became a YouTuber. And y'all will see me and Iz up here and y'all see us go back and forth. Y'all see us argue about shit. It's, you probably think, oh man, they can't stand each other, they falling out or whatever. Like, that's just the nature of our friendship. But this is somebody that has been my friend since before I had children. And before he had children. And now our children are grown. That's how fucking long I've known him. I've watched him go through ups and downs. He's watched me go through ups and downs. I know how hard and difficult shit has been for him. When it comes to being in his children's lives, he knows how hard it's been for me. Now, I'm not going to go into it because I don't feel that it's my place to go into it. And I know about as much as he knows.
Ew.
Oh man. He's taking his time, isn't he?
I mean, he has the audacity to be long-winded, dry, and crusty, and then snorting.
And you wonder why I say, beware the angry black man, black man, black man. Beware the angry black man. Please have your gun in hand. He'll come.
He thinks he's being cool by doing that. Snorting.
But from what I understand, his daughter was found unresponsive. She is still alive. what's crazy about it is not too long ago, he hit me up and he was like, yo, I'm going to be in town.
Ew.
That's nasty.
I'm going to give all of the money I make today to
Oh my God.
to my man Is, so that he can.
So wait a minute.
Me and his younger brother.
Wait. So he was saying that some things are private. He wish he would have cut the live short before he got the news because some things are private. I only know what he knows. And then he tells us what he knows. Like, why is he going live? And
Right.
and then he's saying, I'm going to use all the money that I make today. Well, why does it have to be just the money that you make today? Why couldn't you support him regardless as to whether you hit the live button or not? See, this is a problem I have with these guys and a lot of these YouTubers is, I mean, it's essentially they talk about the church, but I mean, is it not essentially the same? So when a crisis happens, the church doesn't, a lot of these mega churches don't go in their pocket. They ask their parishioners to keep giving and giving more. So you couldn't go in your pocket to give and help the community, even though you have a mega church and you have millions. So you're asking your parishioners, who are probably affected also, to dig in their pockets to go deep and give money. So now he's asking other people who are probably also subscribed to Breezy, and instead of doing a GoFundMe or something like that that goes directly to the dude, you're going to do a live, and we're supposed to believe that you're going to give him all the money you make from the live.
Boom. He's not. It's just Obsidian did the same thing with some of his ploys where they come up with some type of, they probably read some book on content creation and found out that crisis acting makes money, if you know what I mean. So they think up some type of crisis, which really, I feel for the man. If this is what happened, I feel for the man, but they should have kept it private.
But okay, so in the crisis acting, because he has an arts degree. I don't know, what type of art, but it's not serving him well because the last time I checked, even if you're going to put on a show and you're going to pretend like you're grieving, last I checked, digging up your nose and snorting wasn't part of the acting.
Right.
that wasn't part of the play. I'm confused by the grossness of what he's doing.
I agree.
It was actually closer.
Let me get past this.
Wait, there are tears. I see tears. Wait.
And I'm just, I'm praying that his daughter is all right. I'm praying that she make it through.
Lita Carponi, this is perfect. Thank you. He got an arts degree. Was it in basketball? Exactly. He wants to trash Black women for their degrees, which are, which he knows nothing about really, because we found that out. But here he is with a per se arts degree, which I have no problem with. I don't. But to trash other people with degrees while you have an arts degree, that's where the problem. That's the problem.
Shit is fucked up. To everybody that's in here, man.
I guarantee you he does not care. If he cared, he wouldn't have done this. He wouldn't have done this. He would have just gave him the money. He wouldn't put conditions on it. He would have just pulled out of whatever kind of money he had and just did what he had to do. I know he blew it with the snorting, but it just feels like to me his arts degree is in acting, obviously.
those of you that are hitting the Cash App,
That's if he really got his arts degree, because you know how these YouTubers are. Most of them,
Yes, they start and don't finish.
right.
I appreciate every last one of you guys. Any money that you guys contribute, I'm gonna send it.
Fellas, it's a scam. If anything, what he should have done is set up a GoFundMe. He could have simply have set up a GoFundMe. It's more reputable, and you know that person is going to get the money. I'm not saying that Angry Man should have set up the GoFundMe, because we know what Melanie tried to do, allegedly. No, the family sets up the GoFundMe, and then this person right here, he should have simply have promoted the GoFundMe on his show. It should be showing at the bottom here, right here in big texts. That's what he should have done. In the house, May. In the house, Miss Globe Girl. In the house, Columbus Hill. In the house, Happy Life. In the house, Creative Solutions. In the house, K Brown. In the house, Bridget Mouton. We're going to keep this going.
This is the reason why it's a problem and it has to stop.
In the house, Venus, Scorpio. Scorpio. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's way back in the day. Way back in the day. It was the jam. Let's just put it that way.
Because more often than not, whenever there's a breakdown in the family structure, the fathers are kind of ostracized out.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, the violence.
Oh, shoot. The button I got to press,
Whenever there's a breakdown in the family, the fathers are ostracized. No, the fathers pick up and leave whenever there's a breakdown in the family. Just because you and the mother is not together anymore does not mean that you cannot be a father to your child. I am so sick of them saying this type of crap. I mean, they're the only demographic on the planet that keeps saying the mother. It's always the mother. It's always the mother. And so now we get into the meat of the video, in which he wants to play on the heartstrings and feed into the trauma bond that he has with the Dustites, the Negladites. This ostracized father, the guy who really wants to be in their children's lives. So much so that they don't go to court to fight for custody.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where our Negra Please Was a Person section starts. Here we go. It's going to be good. So if you haven't taken anything to relax you, well, you might want to take it now. Here we go.
Wait. May says the mother they chose.
Yep.
Victimhood.
Yeah, I guess somebody chose wrong, right? The ostracized man, right?
Chose
if a man
wrong.
is being ostracized,
because isn't it them? Don't they say we control sex, but they control relationships?
Right.
So, and if it's a breakdown of the family, they had a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're responsible. It's them that's responsible for the breakdown because they control relationship. You can't have it both ways, dude.
No, wait a minute. You can't do that because see
Wait,
what happens here with the red pill pamphlet.
No, it's Kevin
always
Samuels.
the woman's fault.
Is there a pamphlet for the red pill? Because I talk about the Kevin Samuels pamphlet. So
there's another pamphlet. It's they usually put it right next to the Kevin Samuels pamphlet.
Okay.
This one's only one page though.
Okay.
It just says blame black women. That's all it says on it.
Okay, got it.
They're kind of pushed out. And sad to say, a lot of the mothers have a tendency to hide things that are going on from the fathers.
So wait a minute. How can they hide something from the fathers if the fathers are really involved?
Right.
And I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the daughter that he's talking about is above the age of 8.
Right.
Most 8-year-olds now have cell phones.
They sure do.
So
they know how to communicate with their father.
Okay.
The father is the first number in that book.
Come on. See, you can't pull this over on the information age. We're in technology. We're in the technology age. You can't pull that off. Sorry. You can't pull off. I don't get to see my child. What you get to talk to your child because your numbers should be programmed into their phone. So it's your fault if you're not communicating with your children, even though you're absent.
Now, just to confirm, this is the same dude, right? That had 3 kids with the woman who was on Section 8 and stayed with her in her Section 8 home, right?
With the kids.
With kids.
And
then
but I
got mad at
thought
her later.
welfare kicked the black man out the house. So apparently it didn't reach him, right?
Right. Yeah, same dude. This is your leader, fellas. You chose wrong. Let's listen to what kind of scam he's gonna run on you, because he ain't running it on us. He ain't running on the black women. He ain't running on men who don't listen to him. But let's see, he's running it on you. So let's let him keep going. Let's see what he's got.
And to be a father and to know that type of thing goes on is one of the most frustrating things that
Is he even black?
He
of
presents black to
experiencing
society, so he's black.
in your life.
In the house, Heathen Queen. In the house, Gemini. In the house, May. In the house, Marvel 318. In the house, K Brown. In the house, Jay Daniels. Hey, JD, your boy's up here. I got your boy here. I got your boy right here. Uh-oh. You know how JD works. Welfare did not kick us out of the house. You 3 or 4s left the home for Brad's crumbs. JD, you got to get back on your game, and I'll tell you why. First of all, black women are the most race loyal when it comes to dating. Very close. The kick out of the house era of welfare was technically back in the 90s. So that doesn't work. I mean, if you're gonna think up something, please try better. I mean, please try better.
You know what,
your
Torch?
words.
You know what I've come to conclude about this person is that obviously this is what their dad told them, and they have to hold on to that because otherwise they would have been an abandoned child. So we'll just allow him to believe that because he needs to believe that for his own sanity and to still love his father, because I'm sure
Right.
that's the excuse his dad was giving him for not being in the home with him.
So you don't stop believing. Wow, I sound good. Should I keep going? I think I should. No. Orlandus says he's a high school dropout. Okay, that's if that's true, then we need to dig deeper and find out how he got himself if he does have one, because I believe this more than I do that he has a diploma from college. And May says he's a loser. And well, basically, I mean, the proof's in the pudding right there. Let's keep it going.
Or worse, there are instances, and at this point, I need you guys to know that I'm speaking.
Wait a minute. Dude's obese. Look at that belly right there. But he's talking crap about black women being obese? Look at that. He looks pregnant. You see how the trust is going up this? I guess because people don't spot it, because I was a fitness trainer back in the day. Dude obese. Talking smack about women. He need to get in the gym.
Speaking in general, not speaking directly to Israel's situation. But I don't feel that, I don't just want to go live and say, yo.
But you just did. So he's using, listen to this. This is not only for, the people who like us here, but this is for everybody. He's using another person's tragedy to make money for himself. You really need to let that sink in. He's using another person's tragedy to make money for himself.
Right, because what he could have done was had a live on anything. He could have had a live on anything. He didn't have to have a live specifically about this guy's situation. He could have had a live on anything and told them that the proceeds would go to blah, blah, blah for blah, blah, blah.
Shout out to Venus Scorpio in the house. Maya Lashan, Gemini, Ash K, Sutton Bell, JD, J Daniels, Happy Life, Heathen Queen, Conscious Mind Love, Lita Carponi. We're going to keep it going.
Donate and da-da-da-da-da, and I just sit here and wait for you guys to donate. I'd rather give you some content. But speaking generally, there are situations where a father, can have their children turned against them. Because the mothers,
oh my God,
they have so much influence over the
children. You got to talk. Wait. Let me go
only
back.
Problem is, oftentimes women use that bond to their advantage. They're at odds with father, or they are angry with the father, or they have some.
I wonder why they're at odds with the father. In the house, Jenny Mitchell. In the house, Andre Brown. In the house, Venus Scorpio. In the house, Creative Solutions. I wonder why. I mean, aren't men supposed to be leaders? And, aren't men logical? Aren't we? It says it in the book. It says it in the book. We're logical.
No.
We're logical.
No.
All of us, each and every one of us, we're logical.
I want to know how many people actually. So he has 909 likes. Is it 959? I can't really see that.
It looks like 959. 959.
So all of those people sat and listened to this dry speech about nothingness.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the aptitude, the intellectual aptitude of his audience. They all have to be slow.
It's amazing. It's just simply amazing.
Something against the father, they'll use the bond that they have with the child as a way to get back at the father. But they don't
In the house, Jenny B.
consider what type of position that puts the father in.
No, the
And I can
father put
tell you from
himself
my
in that
own
position.
experience.
You
Yep.
you
He
you put
sure
yourself
did.
in that position because, dude, you were living in a house with a woman on Section 8, so because you couldn't provide. So you put yourself in that position. These Negladites don't like to take any responsibility for their own actions. If you're in your child's lives, if you have contact with your child, if your child knows who you are and you've been around, there's no way that whatever a mother says is going to break the bond. If you're present, like they can miss me with this women keeping children away because you can always go to court. Most of them not
there's
working
still that
anyway.
default. There's still that default reply, which is choose better. They should have chose better. They made it up. They just don't think it goes. That they don't think it applies to them. Choose better. You should have
Oh,
chose
and I
better.
love it when they say the father should have chosen an other, when white women are becoming the fastest growing demographic of single mothers because they're procreating with black men.
Right.
And I have a huge smile on my face.
Should have chose better.
Should have chosen.
All the men in your channel, Angry Man, they should have chose better. They should have chose better. Right? That's what you say to all the single black mothers, including. I wonder if he says that to his own single black mother.
Right. His baby mother should have chose better.
Yeah. That's interesting to me.
All of their baby mothers should have chosen better.
Chester, Chester, you in a minute, Chester, I would like you to give your best. Is Angry Man? Wait, Chester, King Sigma, is Angry Man one? Are you a fan of Angry Man's? Let me know.
He's a fanboy of any man.
Oh man. Oh, okay. Let's see what else Angry Man has to say. He really thinks that snorting. I mean, you could keep from snorting. You can mute the mic. You know, I think the Shure mic that he's got, you can actually tap on top of it or something, and it'll stop. It'll go mute. So it's not like it's a hard work for him to do it. But no, he wants you to hear his vulgarity, his snorting. You know. Maybe you've just finished a session of you know what, but let's keep it going.
If you find yourself in that position as a father,
King Sigma, let him know that we roasting his ass right now. On both sides. On both sides.
Kind of have to emotionally and mentally detach yourself from that situation. It's the only way that you can keep your sanity.
So basically what he's saying is that screw over your family. Screw over your blood, your kids and everything. That's what he's basically saying. And keep mongering.
Right. And they love to talk about this, but they don't talk about their own actions and how they behave when the woman doesn't want to be with them anymore. So when a woman cuts off access, then the man doesn't even want to be around his children. I believe as much as, and as disgusting as Corey Holcomb is, he was telling the truth about that. If they don't care for the mother anymore, they don't like the kids either.
That's true. Because really, quite honestly, those men were only there for sex anyway. So they can't, I mean, they have no emotional connection. Oh, Marvel says this. I had issues with my son's mother. I had to go to court. It was a long and expensive process, but it worked out in the end. The legal system has gotten better over time. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Marvel, for sharing.
What's so funny? Wait, before you start, what's so funny is for somebody who doesn't have a girlfriend, doesn't want a girlfriend, doesn't want a wife, doesn't have any children. Like, why is Black Pooh Bear so angry and upset? Like, what's wrong with it?
Maybe he's got a secret.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder about Chester Mister. Like, why are you so upset and so angry if you don't have any kids? Like, how do you know he's spitting facts? You don't have any kids, you don't have a girlfriend, and you don't want one.
Right.
That's so interesting. He's a fanboy.
Exactly. I mean, he's got both pamphlets, Kevin's and the red pills.
You know, it's one of those situations where you have to look at it like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. And you have to compartmentalize. So you have to detach yourself mentally and emotionally from that situation.
So detach yourself mentally and emotionally from your children.
Right. In the house, camo, kittens in caskets. It's amazing. But upset's one word, Chester. Upset is one word, just so you know. You can save a little time and you type it like that. In the house, Flawless. In the house, Prism. In the house, Lita Carponi. In-house, Bridget Mouton. Lita Carponi says this. My best friend tried to keep her sons farther away just to be funny, so he took her to court and shared custody, and the judge told her if she tried to keep him away, they would lock her up. Ooh, that's how the courts work.
Chester, autocorrect doesn't work like that, dude. Nice try, though. Nice try.
It's okay, Chester. Don't worry. It's like that. Let's play a little bit more. And okay, cool. Happy Life, welcome to the stage.
What's up, y'all? Another Tuesday.
Yep, another Tuesday.
Damn, so what the hell's going on with Angry Man? This is my first time hearing this.
Wait, I'm sorry, Happy Life. He said his Chester said his autocorrect is stupid.
Lord.
I mean, it's working for him. Like, I mean, you're working it. So what does that say about you?
Yeah, right.
Damn.
And if you still have autocorrect on, what does that say? If you have autocorrect on correcting you and you calling it stupid, well, I'm trying not to make a conclusion here, but I can only conclude, you see where I'm going.
I see where you go.
Chester, I can't, let's keep this rolling.
But the unfortunate part is when something goes awry or there's an issue or something, right?
He sounds like he's talking to a landlord that he owes 2 months of back rent to.
He owes a lot.
And it's the most amazing thing in the world. You could have the mother of your children right? And they could be doing everything in their power to sort of box you out, sort of, you know, keep you out of the loop or whatever, right? But the moment...
Wait.
Love May's comment. May says, my question is, how do these guys even get on child support? Is it due to non-payment? If you volunteer to handle your business, why would you end up in court?
Bizoom. And Camo's got one.
Angry Man was on Destiny's show saying black men don't show up to custody court for their children because they don't have a room ride.
That's then he just told on himself.
Damn.
Remember, folks, this is coming from a man who freeloaded off a woman, had 3 kids with her, stayed with her. She was on child support because of him. Okay. She was on welfare because of him. And he was living with her. And he has the audacity to say all of this that you're hearing right now. Amazing.
Jenny
Damn, he living off his kids at this point.
Jenny B says, see what happens when you actually go to court. You can actually win. Go figure. These males don't even try to fight for their kids because folks like TLA told them they're going to lose anyway.
No, TLA is going to lose anyway.
Right. Marvel 318 says white women do stuff like that much more than black women do.
True.
Welcome to the stage, Creative.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. So yeah, I think they're not gonna go to court because if they go to court and they get custody, they have nothing to complain about. They don't have no more camaraderie. No, they have nothing to huddle around and talk about and spool about. If you take that away from them, how are they gonna get their attention?
Right. So Jay Daniels, wait, this is hilarious. Jay Daniels says, I've been with my wife since 2003, married since 2007. How many black women here have been in a relationship that long? Hey, dude, how old are you? You do realize the age of the person and the length of the relationship is relative, right?
Exactly. So what at the earliest was 20, so that will make him what? Almost 50, right? He damn near my age.
Why does he want a cookie for that? Like he wants a cookie and some flowers. You're supposed to be doing that already.
Right. Jay Daniel, why don't your buddies do the same thing? What's up with them? They're the ones who propose, right? They're the ones who propose, right? What's good? What's up with that?
May says she's been with her husband for 16 years. What's your point, Jay Daniels? Like, I don't even believe him. He has too much vitriol towards black women to have been with anybody for that length of time.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear his life story. In the house, King Lucifer. In the house, Heathen Queen. In the house, TK. In the house, Miss RV. In the house, Black Women Rise. Let's keep it going.
Something happens that is completely out of their control, completely out of their grasp, they immediately come to you for protection, guidance, and all of those things.
Okay, Ash,
all of that
one.
input
Wait,
that you should have been allowed.
Wait. Who is he talking about? Is he talking about children? Because he can't be talking about an adult woman, the mother of his children. Like this can't be real. What did we miss something?
We got
completely out of their control, completely out of their grasp,
Rewind it a little bit.
Immediately.
I did.
No, but we still didn't get who he's talking about.
Immediately. But the unfortunate part is when something goes awry or there's an issue or something, right? And it's the most amazing thing in the world. You could have the mother of your children, right? And they could be doing everything in their power to.
Did I remind you guys? Oh, I will remind you guys. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this guy right here left a woman with 3 of his kids after freeloading off of her Section 8. I just want to keep that up there. You know, just remember he's judging all of Black women right now. In this dude right here left a woman with 3 kids. 3 kids.
Sort of box you out, sort of, you know, keep you out of the loop or whatever, right? But the moment something happens that is completely out of their control, completely out of their grasp, they immediately.
Is this what he did for the whole? We got to spice this up a little bit. I can't go. This guy is just killing me. This guy's killing me. Let me throw in some spice or something. Let's break it up a little bit. Let's review. Let's go over this video right here for a second, just for a little spice. If anybody wants to come up to the panel, please do, because this dude's boring as you know what.
Self accountability.
Okay, here we go. Krew season.
All right, so real quick, man. The man of the hour is here, man. Let's give him a round of applause.
I did do a little bit of research, and I have mixed feelings about Krew season as my summary. Obviously, you will see why soon. But
he goes in on women.
I haven't. It's hard for me. I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't know a whole lot about Trill. But the videos that I saw of him, he seemed pretty neutral. So, the company he keeps is interesting.
So we're known by the company we keep. And so I don't give him any benefit of the doubt. He said some things that are, okay. But if 90%, if you keep company with these type of people and you have something good to say some of the time, I'm just going to believe that some of the time is acting.
Right.
Man, welcome you to Krew season properly, man. Because I damn sure got a couple questions just right off the top of my head, man. That we don't have to unpack. Again, man, you become known as like the face of this Passport Bros movement. Even though I know you're on record saying that you never wanted it, you never claimed that. But fact is, you are. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I want to get your ideology as to why you feel so strongly about, you know what, hey man, I'm about to get up out the States, because you from Texas and that's my state. And I already know the multitude of women that are out here. So for you to be out here, experience that and say, you know what, this shit ain't gonna work. I'm about to leave the entire country. What's the thought process behind that, bro?
I just kept running into a bunch of bullshit. I'm gonna say that.
This is really funny because I've heard that of Texas too, having a lot of gorgeous women. So you're looking at a young man right here who should have chose better, number one.
2023. Like
Right.
I just need this to sink in, because most of these people that talk like this have never gone anywhere outside of the confines of their city. So California and Texas are the biggest states, right? I think Texas is
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So he dated every woman in Texas.
Right. No, and Trill is really, quite honestly, I don't think he meant to roast him, but he roasted Austin hard because he's basically saying you're in one of the largest states in the United States with some of the best looking women in the United States and with some of the most friendly women in the United States, and you couldn't even have one. That right there, that's all you really need to know. We could go on to the next video, but for entertainment purposes, we're going to play this. But this is why I have no respect for Austin Holloman. Because it's not that he can't find nobody, it's that he wants to blame everybody else for his own problem. He wants to blame everybody else for his own problem. Women generally don't like a-holes.
And Bridget says at 23, how many women have you had to even come up with a generalized bias? Exactly.
Right. Well,
Or
he
does
was
he
running through
have
them a
them-
lot. He was running through them in Brazil, but he bragged about 50 in 30 days. I mean, he probably didn't learn anything because he really all he was doing was, smashing.
Is Austin a
Do you
virgin?
actually believe he did that? Do you actually believe he slept with 50 women in Brazil?
He slept with none.
I won't say none, but nowhere near. I would say 5.
Right.
Probably 5, but I wouldn't say 50. Nowhere near it.
I say
Maybe 10,
10.
maybe 10, but definitely not 50.
And you know what's funny? If somebody gave him the same shade that he's giving black women, he'd be mad. If somebody told him the same thing about him, he'd be mad.
And I went to Brazil, and I have not talked to anybody since I got back. And now I'm not in the United States anymore.
By the way, this is like 3 months. This is 3 months ago before he got kicked out of Brazil.
So he came back. So he came back to the U.S. after he got kicked out of
No,
Brazil?
this is 3 months. This is 3 months ago.
No, but he said he came back and now he's gone again. Is that
Yeah.
what he said?
Yeah.
So what made him come back anyway?
Right.
I thought he wasn't.
Probably
I thought he
ran
was
out of
never,
money.
I thought he was never coming back.
Right.
Well, that's a waste of money to come back then.
Yeah. In the house, Claudette Jonet. In the house, Maya LaShawn. In the house, Jenny B. In the house, Sutton Bell. In the house, Kitten and Caskets. In the house, Bridget Mouton. Let's keep it going. Let's see what this fool has to say.
Really that bad. I mean, where is it that good at?
You ever been in Houston?
No, I was in Dallas.
Okay, we'll see that. What? Yeah,
Dallas got him too, though.
Wait,
Yeah.
so wait. So I thought all the women in Texas were bad. So he didn't even travel to Houston to see. So again, like I said, these dudes don't even travel outside of their 50-mile radius. They won't travel outside of 50-mile radius, but they're judging every woman based on their limited experiences. And it goes to show that these people are not cultured. They've never been around to be cultivated by other cultures, because even within the United States, there's so many different cultures, so many different people, so many different people raised so many different ways, but yet they want to judge all women based on their own limited experience. So because you feel like your family was trash, you believe all black women are trash. You paint them with the same brush. And
Right.
again, it's funny to me that these dudes they talk about black women like trash, but they come from that trash. So what makes you clean? What makes you better? You're a piece of trash. If you think black women are a piece of trash, you came from trash. So you're garbage yourself.
Exactly. How his father was running through women, and that's how he was born. But he respects his father. That's the weird thing.
Hi,
My best
May.
friend lives in Dallas.
Which,
So
my girl
I
from
know them
Dallas.
and all that.
Can I ask
North
a question?
Carolina.
South Carolina.
Go ahead,
I have a
South Carolina.
question. If you had one chance in the US to find like a good-looking woman that is submissive and traditional, would you take it in the US?
No.
See, that's the thing. There it is right there.
It has more to do with money. These got everything
No,
about
no,
them
no, no.
has-
It doesn't have to do with that. What it has to do with is the fact that he just wants to be he really does want to be a Pookie. He wants to be a promiscuous man. Sarah Garan asked the perfect question. And really doesn't have to do with just Austin. It has to do with a lot of men who follow Austin and are in the red pill. They don't want a good woman. They don't want a submissive woman. They want multiples of sex partners. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for more sex, not women. Women just happen to have this, are the ones who give them the sex. They just want sex. So
and they don't
right
even
here,
like women. They really don't like women.
No, they don't.
They're they're homo romantic. They only want women for the organ between their legs. They don't like them. They're homo romantic. They love men. They're emotionally connected to men. That's why they have a lot of bromances. That's why they're stuck up under each other. And you never see them be that they're never respectful towards any demographic of women. So even with him, he talked about Brazilian women, calling them easy, saying all this other kind of stuff, objectifying them. So nothing he was saying was about their personality, about their character, about their morals. It was all about sex.
And to your point, Gemini, yeah, there might be this movement. It's sad, but it's gonna get to the point where men is like, oh, don't date women, date another man. Like go find a dick somewhere.
Yeah, basically, I mean, I agree with that, and it makes me think of something that, Kevin Samuel said a little bit a while ago, like this.
I understand the impulse, brothers. I do.
A little bit something
we
like
need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women
DJ, the
showing?
soundbite you can't hear it.
All right, in the house, May. How you doing, May? Welcome to the
They
stage.
they can hear it. We can't. You have to tap the sound.
Okay. Okay. Hey, DJ Torch. Hey, Gemini. Hey, everybody on the panel. Hey.
May.
Hey, y'all know I had to come up here when y'all started talking about them passport bros. I got a sick obsession. You are absolutely right. These men only connect to each other. There's something homoerotic about them. And I think that they're stuck somewhere where they have to outwardly look like men and they objectify women. Women are objects. And that question she asked was a very good question. And he said no. And I'm going to tell y'all in a second a little bit about his new journey, which is funny as I don't know what. Because I was in his live and I was just like, wow. But one of the things that these guys love, and this is why they won't actually date in America. Yes, in Texas, you got all these Catholics right there. All these Mexican women and people coming in from South America right there in the state of Texas. There's no more. I'm just saying, if you had this thing about Afro-Latinos or Latinos, you're in the right state, right there, California and Texas. You are at ground zero for finding all the Latino women you want. And he says he likes black women, but he can't find black women in these two big cities, which is very strange. No, he can't find one. But how you say you want traditional, you got all them Latino women. Since you love Latino women, what's the problem? And he said he won't date one that's here. Let me tell you why these passport bros don't want women in America. I've been studying them like a science. One of the things that they love is to be able to go somewhere and be worshiped like they're Hugh Hefner. They want that treatment like they're a millionaire. They say that. As soon as I step off the plane, I'm a millionaire. Those women are chasing money and they want to be chased. Women in the United States are not going to chase you like that. They're not going to approach you and keep grabbing on you and pulling on you and try. They're really pulling on you for money. They're trying to solicit prostitution money or come up money. That's never going to happen in the United States. Women would rather get their own money or find a man who's not leading with money. That's it. And the other thing is they want women that are stupid. They assume because those women speak languages that they don't speak, that the women are stupid. This gap in language is not stupidity, but they like to believe it is. So they like the idea that they can talk and they're more intelligent. They're the Westerner, and she's just naturally dumb because she's from a poor country. So between thinking that the woman is poor, the woman is going to approach, and thinking that the woman is dumb and automatically submissive, then women are not submissive. Y'all just look at a list of things. These women will rob you. They'll set you up. They'll kill you. They'll drug you. They'll fight you. They'll claim rape. They'll extort you. They will do all these things. Does that sound like submission? Not at all. Not at all. So, and the thing I was going to say too about Austin, one really funny thing real quick, and then I'll yield the mic. Austin was on a live in Africa, and he was on some kind of boat or something, and he had all these African women, and they were surrounding him. They were drinking. They had on tight, slutty looking outfits. They were dancing to westernized music, and he keeps saying he doesn't want Western women, but everywhere he goes, they're all playing the same music, dressing the same. All of them got lashes, tattoos. He's running into the same women everywhere he goes. And it's funny because he had a camera on them and he was drinking too. And he said, tell the people in the camera, tell my viewers that you don't want a rich man. Oh, them three girls went off. Oh, yes, you must have money. You must be rich. Of course, I want to buy things. I want many things. We all love rich men. And he was like, hey, cut that out. Cut that out. You about to mess up my live. And do you guys know he cut that whole live because the women were acting extremely Western and saying stuff totally opposite. He even asked one of them, does she like to cook and clean? She said, I'll get somebody to do that for you.
Dang.
So, yeah. You got to see that. Like, well, he cut it off. So he
let's
threw
go
that in
over
the
what
trash.
let's go over what Sarah said again right here.
Would you take it in the U.S.?
No.
Carolina.
South Carolina.
I have a question. If you had one chance in the U.S. to find like a good-looking woman that is submissive and traditional, would you take it in the U.S.?
No.
Yeah. I mean, that's your passport, bro, right there. So this thing about finding love and all that kind of stuff, she delivered. This is a very powerful question and a pair of very powerful, though disgusting answer, because this guy wants to complain about submissive women, this and that, asking all these requirements. But if he found that woman, he would not wife her up. He wants to have multiple sex partners. And therefore, that's your movement. That's what they're moving towards. That's what they want. I mean, he said it. He didn't even wait to say it. He didn't even wait. He was like, no, I'm here to use women. That's what he's here for.
No,
Now,
I won't ever be back.
You met someone outside of the United States, submissive, traditional, and good-looking?
Yeah, but I got content to make right now, so.
Okay, so you don't want to get married because you met
Not yet.
a marriage material and you didn't marry that person.
I'm 23.
Okay.
Well, I didn't find
Why is he complaining about something that's not really, he's not ready for? He's submissive women are for marriages, but submissive women to him, which everybody missed, are women that are just easy for him to have sex with. That's what he's thinking. That's why he's so mad at women in the United States, because they kept telling him no, because he's creepy.
Not a material. They
But
wouldn't marry
but
material. They wouldn't shit.
him?
That's why I keep saying that.
He said he wasn't
Well,
going
then,
to
what
settle
was the
down
most-
because he had content
I don't
to
know. I
do.
guess fucked up thing about him. Yeah, like if you had
DJ.
just narrowed it down to something.
So he said he wasn't going to stop doing what he was doing because he had content. So in other words, he's a prostitute.
He tricking for money.
Exactly. So he's a prostitute. He's a YouTube prostitute.
Something specific.
They're not feminine at all. They like to argue. They call you bro. I'm not your fucking bro. I am not your bro. There's some shit my homeboys call me.
He's trying to make it sound like all the women call him bro, and that's not true. That's bullshit. He's just making up stuff at this point. But I'm going to keep going because we got a lot of content to cover.
Question that: why do they call them bros?
Well, I mean, especially being in Dallas, bro is slang down there, so they gonna throw that around, just not even in a disrespectful way. That's just how they talk. But I could definitely see the point there. But again, I just got confusion with it being so many women in this state, and you saying that you couldn't find one that was feminine and cooperative.
Trill, in a very respectful way, is telling this guy he ain't shit. Because he ain't shit. I mean, basically, the bottom line is that finding a wife is hard, but Trill knows, okay, that the type of women this man is looking for is not a wife. So that opens up your options greatly because these women are not women you were going to be around for a long time anyway. The problem Austin has is that women can't be easy enough for him. He wants them to just basically line up for him just to have menial sex.
Mediocre sex. Okay,
right.
so so now
I mean menial. I do.
Okay, so I'm still confused. So why does a woman need to be fit, friendly, and submissive just so he can sleep with them? So what is that about? That's not making sense to me, because the talking point is that they need to be fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive in order to be a wife. He's not. He himself said he's not looking for a wife, which we knew that, and we know most of them aren't. So what is this idea that a woman should? So like you said, they just want to be able to walk up to any woman on the street and she just say, okay, no matter who she is, no matter what she does, no matter what she has access to, they just want to be able to walk up to any random woman on the street and say, I want to screw you, and they're supposed to just say yes.
Exactly.
But at the same time, they call these type of women 304s. So I don't understand your angst. If you just want to sleep with 304s, then just sleep with 304s.
Right. Let me get Creative's opinion and then Afro's opinion. Creative, your thoughts. Okay, she must be busy. Afro, how about yours?
Yes, and thanks for having me up. I'll try to keep it brief so we can keep moving forward. I'll be honest. The only part I really don't like about what he said is the disrespect of the African American women, because I'll be honest with you, there's nothing wrong with him having a standard if he prefers foreign women, but when it comes to disrespecting African American women, that's the part I really disagree with, because I have to acknowledge that, when we go to these foreign countries as African American men, a lot of these women, they do show us attention. I cannot deny that. But we have to acknowledge that a lot of these women in foreign countries are also promiscuous. So we can't just say that it's just African American women that are promiscuous or have these negative traits.
I agree.
And you know what, brother? The thing that's funny is a lot of the stuff that that Austin is he's actually evolving, y'all. Believe it or not. I know we crash in on him and talk crap about him, but he's actually evolved quite a lot. He was a young man who was frustrated. He was awkward and didn't know how to fix it, and he blamed the world, and mostly he blamed Black women, and then when he realized, well, I can't get a white girl, I can't get this, it's got to be all Western women, right? And the reality is that he's had his butt kicked all over the world. Brother, I just want to say, you think he only disrespected African American women? Yeah, he put a lot of energy on that, but he disrespected Brazilian women. He also disrespected Thai women, and also even Filipinas. All along his journey, and everywhere he goes, he's quite disrespectful. He's over there in Africa interviewing women again, putting women on camera. He doesn't know how to do better, But one thing he has done is he's done almost a 180. He's said many times, I'm not talking about women anymore. Now, how he feels is different, but he definitely is not doing that. It's all that bad. And, you know, his constant ragging and talking crap about Black women. He's realized that these women, all women, are pretty much the same. Anywhere you go, there's going to be good and there's going to be bad.
Exactly.
He's seeing that. Yeah, he's seeing that in Africa, they're doing Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Not all women, but there's a lot of Cardi B's in Africa, in Thailand, Philippines. He's seeing that. Kate is a perfect example, you know?
No, that's a very good point.
You know, again, calling you bro, being super masculine, trying to argue. Because I'm gonna be honest, man. I know a lot of women right off the top of my head who are just not like that, and I think a lot of times the like loud minority kind of skews people's mindsets. And again,
you see that? I read subtle movements. He's getting disgusted. He doesn't like what Trill is saying.
I don't know your experience per se, but you are pretty young. But like throughout your entire time here, you're saying that you never found one that was feminine, cooperative, looked good, and who was ready, who was willing to ride with you. Not one.
So running in the
That means no. And basically what it is that Black women know how to discern whether a man is worth it or not. Most of the time, I should say. He doesn't, it's funny because he's not a bad looking dude. It's just, he's so repulsive. His behavior is repulsive, and that's why he's had bad luck. That's what it was. In the house, Siobhan's in the house.
Excellent women that don't treat you right. What would you say that does to your mind state?
For me, it would make me want to adjust.
Wait, he didn't answer the question. I wanted to get the answer.
I'm about to get an answer. So when you run into a masculine woman that doesn't treat you right, what does that do to your mind state?
Keep it pushing.
That's not the woman for me.
Move on to the next.
Well, I'm not asking what is your response. What is that? How does that make you feel in the moment?
He's trying to deflect, right? He never answered the question. He had a perfect opportunity to answer it and then go on this diatribe rant about masculine women or whatever the hell he's doing. He's really easy to read, really, when you think about it. People just didn't want to read him.
You don't like it. You go find something that you do like.
Rejection. So what I'm hearing is fuck your life up a little bit longer, then become a passport girl.
Fuck your life up?
Nope.
You're 23 and you need to go ahead and knock somebody up and get put on child support. And then you
wait a minute. Did you hear how he said knock somebody? How a young guy is supposed to knock somebody up, and then get put on child support. Did you notice the lack of responsibility that is? He's just like saying, knock somebody up, and dang, you're on, and I got to pay child support. He doesn't realize how irresponsible that sounds, how stupid that sounds. He's literally
I don't think
saying,
most of them don't. Most of them don't because they keep saying the same thing. Like they keep acting as though, like you keep saying you can put a condom on, like you can do that. So most of them really act like they don't have the mental capacity nor the mobility to put a condom on. Like what in the world?
she got it too.
Look at all of their faces. All of their
expression
faces
told me everything I need to know.
all of them made a face.
Fuck your life up.
Nope. You're 23 and you need to go ahead and knock somebody up and get put on child support. And then you got
you see all of their faces. Everyone on their face was puzzled. It was like, what?
Now, this is, I guess a lot of people, you probably wonder why I have such a, what should I say? A lot of smoke for SB Love, because shortly after this video, she started handling him. And what I mean is that when he blew, after this is when he blew up Brazil to the point where he had to leave. She tried, after hearing, remember now, she can't say anything now because she's seen him here and other times. She tried to support this dude.
Wow.
Yeah. She was trying to make him seem like somebody he was not. He is basically the opposite of what Black women should look for who are looking for a relationship and marriage. Now she wants to act like she's all in for marriage, but she wants to be this guy's handler. That's the problem I have with her, just in case you've scrolled through my videos and seen me roasting her. Now you know why. Because it's bad enough that some creepy dudes like Angry Man or somebody is supporting him, but at least people see him coming. They don't see somebody like this trying to act like she's all down for marriage and shit, defending a creepy dude like this who only wants to use women. You can't. It's crazy. If you haven't seen those videos I've made, you should.
Man, people like Pearly. I said people like Pearly Things did a good job fucking these guys up. I mean, they did.
Yeah. I mean, well, she did, but it's on them now. They know what she's about. It's totally on them now. I mean, before you could say, "Wow, she's manipulative and deceitful and cunning," but now since the cat's out of the bag, everybody knows how she is. So if they're with them now, still with her now, it's their problem.
On that one too.
There you go.
You
was lagging.
You were lagging a little bit. We couldn't hear the end.
Go and say it again.
So, what you're saying is fuck your life up and keep going through bad experiences and then try something else that is proven to work.
Nope.
I would say
Well, what type of woman?
Okay,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I was just gonna ask him first to get an understanding. What type of woman are you attracted to? Because the one in the video, she mushed you. So what kind of woman? Like what?
I love it.
Ooh.
I love it. I love it when this is some good roasting right here.
It's your preference. I don't care if she's sitting right there. She mushed you. So if you're saying those traits, they call you bro and stuff like that, and her body language didn't look inviting. I'm going off the video. What is your type in America? You know what I'm saying? Like that you kept experiencing something bad, and then what is your type when you go overseas? Just in America.
So basically, what She's So Lucky is saying is that chick mushed you, just like everything you're complaining about. Kate is like all those derogatory words you use, dude.
Every single bit of her.
Right. Kate is exactly like that. All the disrespect, the masculine, the whole bit. Kate is like that.
Couldn't cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was going to get takeout and putting it in the plates.
You gotta be kidding me. See?
Yeah.
Man, I never gave Austin a hypocrite award, but I think I should really consider that.
Not consider it. Just go ahead and slap it right on his forehead.
Well, the irony is that he turned around, like what is about a month or two ago, and he completely destroyed the Passport Bro movement. He told everybody, I am no longer associated with Passport Bros. I don't want anybody to call me one. I'm not a Passport Bro. And he's like, I'm just a man who travels and don't connect me. He lost a lot of his followers, a lot of his support. And I have seen like the number of videos, he killed the whole movement, the energy, all the people that believed in him. It's pretty much done now. And I mean, it's just a few lames still doing the whole Passport Bro versus the American women, but it's really dead. I mean, Austin literally killed it. And it's because he claims that everybody who is a Passport Bro was chasing prostitutes, that they were woman focused, and that they're not trying to get married. Everything that he is, he said that's what he didn't want to be affiliated with Passport
Right.
Bro.
That's why I really don't believe him. I believe that he doesn't want to be a part of he selfishly doesn't want to be a part of the movement because it's ruining his action. That's all. He gave it such a bad rap that he has to. It's kind of like when somebody wrecks their car and goes, "Oh, look at that ugly car. Let me go get a new one."
Yo, not to mention that movement, man, that ended what? Was that movement like a 2-month movement? He ended that shit fast.
No one had been around for a while, at least a year.
My thinking is when Kevin Samuels first died, that's when it seemed that it went all the way up, because a lot of the people who followed him, he had kept saying, "Get your passports, brothers, get your passports." And so when Austin came up, and that's another thing, these old men are really lame that are putting young men up who are untested, ain't been through nothing. I'm seeing two situations. I know y'all have heard about Sneeko. I'm not a fan. I don't know much about him, but he's a young man who was trying to be Hugh Hefner, and he was trying to, and he said all this stuff. He spent all this time getting banned and blocked and canceled because he was such a misogynist. I'm not saying he still isn't, but he has changed his whole mindset. And he dropped that bomb about 3 days ago. And he talked about how red pill is retarded and they're stupid because they don't believe in family and they just want to run through women. He's gotten a taste of Islam and it's changed his mind. The Tate brothers also are young men, and they are also misogynists, and they have, because of Islam, changed their mind. And it's so interesting that people put these young guys who basically have the mentality of a 13-year-old, and they put them and lift them up because they think they look attractive, and they try to turn them into heroes. And then what happens is they start actually maturing and seeing a real fucking world with real fucking women, and they understand that women are the same everywhere. There's good and there's bad, and you can't objectify women. They're starting to learn that, just like Austin's starting to learn that. And then what do? Because now your hero ain't singing a sad song and he ain't complaining no more because he's actually having to deal with himself. So that's the problem in the whole manosphere. You got 13-year-old mentality men who are leading old ass men who are in complaining states. So it's interesting.
May
if an American woman was on the phone, you would be mad, and she's doing the same thing.
I'm on a live stream.
No, I really.
No, she was doing it on the video
Sayeda's
too.
question.
She was doing it on the video too. She was
not
on the phone.
Sayeda's question. I just want to know, what is his preference that was in Texas that's different from his preference overseas, to where her body language could have been the same in America, but it would have been deemed disrespectful or not feminine?
I get my preference. I get way more respect from Black women outside of the United States. I'm just gonna say that.
And
that wasn't the answer. That wasn't an answer.
What do you mean by that? Way more
She ain't
respect,
black, but she ain't black, but I'm in Thailand at the same time. There's Black people aren't from here.
Okay, no, I'm saying you said you get more respect. So I'm assuming this is outside of the basic human respect that strangers give one another. So you're saying in relationship wise, what do you mean by more respect?
Well, number one, I can be a man and not be shamed for it. That's the main one of them.
Shame.
You know, everything is toxic masculinity. Everything is.
But she's so lucky. Just told this fool that he got disrespected by Kate.
He's inarticulate and he's not seasoned enough to have the conversation. He can't have the conversation because he doesn't have the range. He's not emotionally nor intellectually mature enough to have the conversation that they want to have with him. He doesn't have the experience. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He doesn't even really know when he's being disrespected versus he just doesn't like that person or that person doesn't like him. Just because somebody doesn't like you and doesn't give you the time of day doesn't mean they're disrespecting you. They value their own time and they just don't like you. That's not disrespect.
Exactly. But in his narcissistic type of mind, it is. In the house, King Lucifer. In the house, Miss Globe Girl. In the house, Tam 2.0. In the house, Andre Brown. In the house, Monica M. Monica says, answer the question. Yep, Kate is white and you have different standards for white women. Be honest. Exactly.
Because most of them have different standards for them.
Exactly.
Most of them who talk about Black women the way that they do have different standards for anybody else except for a Black woman. And that's why Black women need to go ahead and continue to keep their standards where they are and stick to them, because these Black men are sticking to theirs.
Right. Tam 2.0 says, these dudes love making statements but can never fully explain. They just make these general and vague statements. Exactly. Just And I think, I mean, some of it tells me they're trying to deflect, and then another thing tells me that they just simply they just don't have that aptitude. They just simply don't have the aptitude.
Oh, and I want to thank you, Jay Daniels, from all of the Black women who were your age and who are your age now, that you stopped dealing with us. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
I want to second the motion, Jay Daniels. It's very good when you identify yourself as not a competent man who cannot deal with the energy of a Black woman. You are intimidated by a Black woman and you can't handle the energy of a Black woman. It's very good that you recognize that and you move on with your life and find somebody who's suitable for you. Thank you so much. I agree.
Hurley Things fits his build.
By the way, TAM 2.0 will be having a new show coming up soon. So get ready when you see the notification to make sure that you check it out. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. We're going to keep this going.
Somebody try to control somebody. It's just a bunch of bullshit, and I'm not dealing with it.
What is being a man? You said I could just be a man, just unapologetically. What does that look like to you?
Number one, you could lead a woman, but then you're being somebody's daddy or controlling. So I'm not dealing with that shit either.
Man,
it sounds like he needs more experience, in my opinion, because
I'm getting way more experience overseas than I would have ever gotten in the States.
Okay,
are the women submissive? Are the women there in Thailand submissive?
There's a day
every
and night
single
difference.
one. Is every single one like that?
Of course, you got an exception, but it's the opposite. In the United States, you're gonna run into more masculine women than you would here. They're everywhere, but I'm just not I was about to say something crazy, but I'm just not bumping into my.
He just doesn't. You guys, you're seeing him at his best, and what I mean is that inside of his head, this man is just nothing but. Let me try to make it sound. There's just a lot. He has a lot of insidious thoughts going on. This is a man who, when he was age 6, started watching porn. Okay, and you can the ability to do that and have the access to porn at 6 tells you kind of a little bit of his upbringing. But it sounds like to me that he's got a couple broken cables a couple broken cables, as we call it in IT.
There's just masculine out here.
You're not bumping into them. So you're expecting them to bump into you? Or are you going out and actively?
No, well, let me be a little more specific. I'm not bumping into them left and right. You know what I mean.
Right.
I have to put my glasses down for a minute. I'm telling you, I know this mofo. See, he's one of those kind of dudes. And I'm not a doctor, but he has this sociopathic type of vibe that every woman, and really everything around him he should be the star. He should be in the middle of it. And if you don't do that, he doesn't just get mad and be disappointed. No, he's actually angry at you. It's all about him. There's nothing to do with women. And ladies, if you bump into a dude like this, you should put your gear shift in reverse and go the opposite way. He has nothing to give you but damage. Tamp 2.0 says, leave it to some dudes to start quoting manosphere stuff when they don't really have anything intelligent to say. Thinking is not their strong suit. Boom. Now, I want to find out more about Trill, but it seems like this is getting fixated on you know, Austin. So I might have to switch to a different video, but let's keep going.
Wait,
So they're not.
Before you go on, I think Lita said the angry man picks up around 34 minute mark.
34 minimum?
34-minute mark. You know, when we were looking at Angry Man, she put it in the chat earlier, and I meant to tell you. She said,
okay, got it.
Yeah.
We'll go back. We'll go back to that. We'll switch back to that for a second because let's go. Let me go back here. Where's Angry Man? Here he is. 34 minutes. We're going 34 minutes because this guy is dead. I don't see why people watch him. I mean, he's freaking boring. Okay, here we go.
They're on some let the child do what they want to do type shit. And it's the most annoying fucking up. Instead of him trying to fucking do whatever he's trying to do, what his ass should be doing is he should be here following the plan that I laid out for him.
Oh, go back. I think he's talking about his son. Go back a little bit more.
I can't tell you how much shit, like, one of my sons lives with me. My youngest son still lives with his mother. He's about to graduate high school. My oldest son last year decided he wanted to go back and live with his mother, and he's already graduated high school. He's grown or whatever. I would prefer him being down here going to school for tech, but he decided he wants to be his own man, and I'm not going to stand in his way.
No, what he was being nice to you. What he was telling you by leaving you, a young man leaving his father tells him that he doesn't like you, to be honest with you. Because generally young men, well, there are mama's boys, let me say that, but generally young men, they want to be with their father.
I'm going to let him slip and fall and all of that bullshit, right? But just like the conversation.
And it's funny because he's explaining to us in this cuss-laden tirade, right? He doesn't think that maybe he's tired of hearing a cuss-ridden tirade. Maybe moms don't cuss like you do, dude. Maybe he's tired of this ghetto shit that you keep putting out. This is ghetto shit. He literally has said a cuss word every other sentence.
I had with his mother. I said, you need to have a talk with your son. She said, about what? I said, about the fact that he's fucking up.
Wait, is he talking about the son that lives with him?
Instead of him trying.
Yeah, the son that was living with him.
So the son that was living with him, she needs to have a talk? Or he needs to have or did she tell him he needs to have a talk? I'm confused.
Let's go back a little bit.
I zoned out a little bit because he's so slow.
High school. My oldest son last year decided he wanted to go back and live with his mother, and he's already graduated high school. He's grown or whatever. I would prefer him being down here going to school for tech, but he decided he wants to be his own man, and I'm not going to stand in his way. I'm going to let him slip and fall and all of that bullshit, right? But just like the conversation I had with his mother, I said, you need to have a talk with your son. She said, about what? I said, about the fact that he's fucking up.
Wait a minute.
Wait. So he's been living with him all that time, right?
Right.
All this time he's been with him. So now all of a sudden she needs to have a conversation with him because he's messing up. But he's messing up because you implanted what into him? See, this is the crazy part. And these Negladites will swear that some kind of way she jacked him up in the 2 minutes that she had him, even though he's been living with this dude. So now all of a sudden you want her to have a conversation. I thought you were the lead, and he's a man, and I thought only men could teach men how to be men.
There it is. There it is. I mean, the hypocrisy of this, and basically, bro, you should have chose better. Should have chose better.
You guys know what? I got a couple of questions here because he's being very vague. He said he wants to be his own man. The reason why I'm giving the son a little bit of credit possibly here, because it could be. Let me just give you one scenario. And I've worked with a lot of kids in high school, and I know how ambitious some of them can be, and sometimes even unrealistic. But he could have a son who's really smart. He could have a son who wants to go to college. He might be trying to apply to Yale. We don't know what his son's ambitions are. And if he has a father who's trying to discourage him because his own father's uneducated and he doesn't want his son to surpass him, he could very well be trying to kill his dreams, because he ain't said, when he said his son is fucking up, I wanted him to go to a tech school. Is his son trying to do more than what he thinks his son should do and surpass him? Or is his son in a gang doing something bad? Which one is it?
Because they preach that going to college is useless. But depending upon what, like you said, he could be wanting to go to university for something that his father doesn't approve of, because he wants him to go to a tech school, which doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be the most sought after person when he gets that technical degree, because there's a lot of them out here getting technical degrees. And like I talked about the other night, AI is replacing programmers and some of the analysts. So depending upon what he does, it may not even be paying out to be lucrative, and he could become obsolete before he even gets started.
Yeah, and he's dealing with an uneducated father. And there's a point where sometimes the child can surpass the parent, especially if the parent ain't reaching too high. And if his son has other people around him, he has mentors, he might have football coaches, he may have other men in his ear that's telling him to be more than what his father wants him to be. And that could be part of the problem. He should really go into detail, and he should talk about what he thinks his son is doing to fuck up. He needs to say he's going into a gang or he's getting women pregnant. He needs to say what his son is doing, because he hasn't said anything incriminating. It just sounds like my son is not doing what I say. And it looks to me like, yeah, and it looks like the son is going to the mother. And that could be a problem too, because if the mother is accepting the son back into the home, I've seen kids do that too. When they can't get their way with one parent, they go run into the other one. But then you have to ask yourself, what kind of father are you that your son would seek retreat away from you?
Exactly. Jenny B says this man is always telling on himself. Your son went back to his mom, and before that, you were in home where your baby mama qualified for welfare. You can't make this up.
Hey, if my son surpasses me, I'm.
Well, kids are supposed to surpass you, or at least give it a shot. They don't have to, but it's nice if that shows that you put them on the right path.
Trying to fucking do whatever he's trying to do. What his ass should be doing is he should be here following the plan that I laid out for him.
Oh.
The plan that he laid out for him.
The uneducated father. Okay.
He should be uneducated like me, basically, or like something to that effect.
I only call him uneducated because I'm just saying he is not like a specialist in education. And when I say that, I'm talking about like careers in tech. This man is not. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You go and seek a professional who can help guide. They have people who will transition you out of high school, help you make decisions. They have counselors for this. They got people who are paid by school districts and college entrance people and admissions officers that do this work. And for him to have his own plan as somebody who hasn't even followed through a whole arc of education or career field, from what I can tell, he's unqualified to do so. I wouldn't listen if I was his son either. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, I mean, look, this it's not like this guy had a successful past. I mean, he left the guy's mom, right? He left the guy's mom, and he obviously wasn't making any money back then because everybody was on welfare. The mom was actually the one who helped them get housing, and he freeloaded off of her, pretty much like Kevin Samuels freeloaded off of his wife.
What's crazy is, I mean, how do we know that his son isn't tired of hearing him commiserate all day long with other men and not being productive?
Right.
That's why.
But you want to tell me you have a plan for my life, and I'm looking at your life saying, am I going to end up like you?
Exactly.
Boom.
That's probably what he wanted anyway.
So yeah, in the house we have Maya LaShawn, Tam 2.0, Jenny B, Monica M, Lita Carponi, Gen Z, King Lucifer, Henry Mars.
Lita Carponi, is that what he said? I think, is that a spoiler alert? Because she said his son wants to make music. Is that a spoiler alert, Lita?
Which is strange because the Angry Man, wasn't he like supposed to be a rap producer or something like that? Or a wannabe rap producer?
Yeah, I can see that.
So this is how bad Angry Man is. This is how bad he is. This is my assumption. He's got a music studio right there because he probably built it in, mixed it in with his video studio, right? His son has all the tools to make music, but he can't stand his dad so much that he's willing to move to his mom's place, which probably doesn't have the same accommodations, and do his thing over there. Think about that. Money Muse, welcome to the stage. Well, welcome to the chat. All these YouTubers are frauds, especially him. I'm not surprised the son doesn't want to live with him. He annoying on YouTube, and I can only imagine living with him. Exactly. In the house, Sexy Red TV reactions.
Man, these middle-aged guys in the manosphere, Dennis Berlin, the league attorney, man, they got fucked up lives and freeloading off women. I'd be like, no one has fucked up.
In the house, Vanna Ray. Vanna Ray is in the house. Tiff is in the house. Tam is in the house.
Lita, can you say more about what he says that he kind of music? Because if he's talking about him hanging out in these little hood ass studios trying to be a rapper, that's probably not gonna work out for him. But if his son is talking about like owning like a music, something kind of like Yahoo Music, or one of those music things where you actually make money off of playing, stuff like that, or if he's trying to actually get into the industry on a business level, like, you know what I'm saying? It's
I think you're trying too hard. Let's face it. He likes to make beats. He wants to rap to the music, and that's that. Maybe he has a good voice and he can sing, but for the most part, it's most people, most young men, and I include myself, we want to perform. So
okay, so that's
it's
probably
not, we don't think like, if that was the case, usually what happens is that they'll go to a business college for it, get their little music business thing going on, and do it that way. And if he just wants to make music, then that's exactly that. In the house, melanated vessel.
Yeah,
she says this.
The reason why I asked that is because I used to kind of steer students towards counseling, for career counseling and stuff. And that's one of the things that we used to. That's why I say he needs to leave it to professionals, because they can easily move a student to understand there's a big difference between different approaches. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels of functioning in any industry. And so then my question would be, why in the hell did Angry Man not find something to help direct his son before he waited till he got to high school? Like, you should have been directing him towards something else if you saw that might have been where he was going.
Right.
And you know, my nephew does, well, my sister got full scholarship for voice. My nephew got full scholarship for voice. All of them can sing, but my sister impressed upon them. They needed to get degrees that could work for them outside of that. So you even if that's what you want to do, you still have to have something to fall back on, so that if your dreams don't work out for you, you're not destitute and still living at home trying to figure it out.
All right. Melanated Vessel says this. He literally would still be on somebody's couch leeching if not for social media. Basically, that's the truth. You might still be on somebody's couch. He's probably, I guarantee you not, because he said, listen to this. He said earlier in the video, before putting us to sleep earlier, he said how his wife and him were grinding. So that tells me his wife is working. Why wouldn't it be any different than, like, you know, Sambo Daniels, whose wife has to work, who makes the money, who probably bought the house? He's probably freeloading, doing the same things. Things never change. Men rarely change. They just find ways of making things look different. That's what's going down.
Yo, these middle-aged men probably live with their wives, man. They probably live on their couch.
Yeah, Melanated Vessel says this. He don't fool me. Can see right through him and his fragile behind ego. He's never been a builder, provider. No, I would say he's a freeloader in my opinion. He comes off as a freeloader. Because when he gave himself away when he said, "Oh, my wife and I are grinding." Wait a minute. If you're supposed to be the provider, how is your wife grinding? I mean, I understand building together, but he comes from the Kevin Samuels school of manipulation. So the wife shouldn't be grinding. That's the point of being a wife, is you don't have to grind anymore.
I thought she was supposed to be fit, feminine, friendly, submissive in the kitchen, making him a sandwich. Like, why is she grinding?
Exactly. Miss RV says he want to be DJ Khaled, and that is so true. And so, yeah, so he's easy to read. If he's really easy to read too. I mean, so is Austin, but this dude is easy to read. So I'm going to go a little bit more and then switch back over to Krew for a minute.
So that he will be straight. But see, mothers of today, they're on some let the child do what they want.
Here's the funny thing. This is coming from a dude who was freeloading off a woman on Section 8.
No, but he raised him. So what does he mean, coming from the mothers of do let them do what they want to do? He raised him.
Right.
Exactly.
He had his chance.
Exactly.
Monica M says, I concur, May. My daughter became teacher's assistant during her time off after high school. The professionals helped her find her career choice in no time. I wanted her to be a nurse. Yeah.
Want to do type shit. And it's the most annoying fucking thing in the world.
See,
no, what's
to me
actually
again,
annoying is him.
To me again, he's got this thing where everybody should be around for his own consumption, his own control. That's what it's about. He's mad because he can't control his son anymore. His son's grown up to have his own mind. Jeez.
Most people don't even understand. A person's brain isn't even fully developed until they're 25 years old.
His brain never developed. Wait a minute. How old is Angry Man? Does anybody know? When did he have his kids? Was his brain developed at the time?
No.
Probably not.
Old. You want to know why Asians do so well? The reason why Asians do so well is because Asian parents have a path for their children laid out. And in Asian culture, it is shameful for a child not to follow the plan of their.
Okay, so what plan did you follow, sir?
Wait, but
what kind of plan did you lay out when you made your ex baby mama with 3 kids? What kind of plan makes you have 3 kids with a woman who you yourself are struggling and she herself are struggling so bad, y'all on Section 8? What kind of plan is that? Maybe your son thinks that you ain't got a good plan because it didn't work for you. You still freeloading, bro. That's, in my opinion, that's what you're doing, in my opinion.
He got the Pookie plan.
Well, first of all, Asian parents are successful. They have a plan for their kids. Like most of them are successful. So their kids, they want their kids to do just as well as them. And let's be frank, Asian children in specific that live in those countries are groomed from elementary all the way up, before elementary all the way up. So they're following a path from early childhood all the way to adulthood. We're not talking about some dude that was on Section 8 who has an arts degree and we don't know what he said. He has an arts degree. We don't even know if that's true, but that's not what we're talking about. That's not the class of person that, how he could juxtapose himself with Asians is insane.
Right. If he looks back on his history, on his past, what can he say about his past that emulates that of Asian people? I mean, he had 3 kids. Again, I'm going to say this again, out of wedlock. Asian people don't usually do that. He was on Section 8. Asian people usually ain't on Section 8. And then left his woman who had his kids. Asian people don't usually leave their kids, but he did. Now he wants to act all high and mighty. That's why there's this. That's why I got to always take a little break from these dudes, because they be saying the most ignorant stuff on and stacking it on top of each other. It's like, dude, you're not a good role model. That's why your son left. That's why your son left. You're a shitty role model. You look at your past, dude. Only you know exactly what you did in your past, but the little bit we know looks horrible right now. So it can only look worse in your own, if you were really realistically thinking in your own mind.
Does he have a felony though?
Who?
Angry Man.
Oh, I have no idea. Siobhan said, does he have the money to fund this plan that he has for his son?
Exactly.
Great
Good
question.
point.
Great question. Yeah, very good.
I don't think you do.
And you guys know, I think that I could see Angry Man being a guy who has a lazy boy, sitting around drinking beer, complaining, and being in a bad mood and acting like a bitch most of the time. I don't think that the personality he has, he probably didn't inspire his son. His son doesn't want to be anything like him. A lot of young men who have a standing father, they actually adore their fathers and they want to be like them. They want to emulate them, and they're ready to listen to any advice. He doesn't have that with his son. He failed.
All right.
But the mother needs to talk to him.
To the stage, Tam.
Thanks. Yeah, this is what I want to say about Angry Man talking, about his son. First of all, I don't want to speculate too much because I don't know the full story. I don't know his son, so I don't want to go there. But as far as the whole, Asians, they usually set up a plan for their children. I mean, he is right about that. I'm not going to lie. But this is the thing, and you guys kind of touched on it already. Okay, you have this plan set out for your son. What was that plan? You know what I mean? Did you set out a plan that is something your son could do? Because if if you weren't setting a good example, and if you are not making the right decisions, then you can't now say, oh, he's not doing what I want. He's rebelling. He wants to go back to his mom. He's not listening. So I hope he can go to sleep at night telling himself, I did everything as a father. I set out a plan for my son, and I guided him in the right direction. If he can honestly say that, then fine. If not, then, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems to me his son's more mature than he is.
Yeah. And again, I don't want to speculate. I don't know, but it's just like, he's being a bit vague. You say, oh, I set out a plan for him. Okay, how did you do that?
I mean,
Their parents. And that's the reason why they're straight. Because the freaking parents know better.
Did you know better?
He obviously didn't.
Nope. He ugly.
You don't need to compare yourself
But you
to
have
Asians
no
if you're doing what
earthly
you're
idea,
doing.
like,
Melanated Vessel says he knows his dad has a history of using women. You can't hide who you are from your children. They see through your facade. Boom.
so
Hey, good evening. Oh, sorry.
my youngest son was here visiting me last summer. My second oldest had went to visit his mother, right?
Damn, it takes forever. Marvel says this, a little bit, Angry Man's defense, I'm a little closer to with my daughter than my son. Sometimes your son can be a mama's boy. True. My son and I are close, but my daughter and I are a little closer. Yep, that could be true. The thing is that it seems like to me he has everything for his son to succeed in what his son wants to do, which is music. The guy's sitting in a music studio as we see. I mean, I just know it is because I believe he was into music, and he failed to. There's something wrong where he wants to go see, his mom. Now he seems to be old enough. The son seems to be old enough that either he can drive or walk or get to his mom's place anytime he wants to see her. So I don't think it's just the mama's boy thing. I think there's more to it. There's something made him move out, because remember now, you could still be a mama's boy and still go down and visit your mom every day or every other day, in the same area or city. So that's one thing. Ants on the stage. Ants, what are your thoughts so far?
Hello. I just only catch the tail end of it, but in regards to the Asian parents thing, yeah, most of it's half true. Because especially if they're immigrants from Hong Kong, China, Vietnam, they will have a career educational plan laid out for their children before they're born. I know my mom, she set aside a prepaid tuition fund, but I wasn't really college material, and so I used it the best I can. And my brother, he was obviously more education inclined more than me. That's why he wound up being in the medical field. I wind up being blue collar. But that's true. Yeah. I mean, but not all though. If they're born here, maybe to some extent they will plan out for their children birth. But as far as that is concerned, yeah, most of it's true.
Great. I appreciate that insight. Yeah, it's to me, it's like from my experience in interacting with people of the Asian culture, it's the theory of what's the point unless you have a plan. It's like it's not like I from the people I know, it's not like the parents force the kids to do a certain thing. It's just a certain umbrella of things. Like, okay, if you're not going to be a doctor, maybe be a lawyer. If not a lawyer, maybe be an engineer. If you're not going to be an engineer, maybe, something like that. It's
Boom!
not.
You hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head, DJ Torch. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, anything. Nigerian parents are the same way. Anything after that, they don't want to hear it. They're not trying to hear it. Talking about, I want to be a rapper. They'll be like, what?
I did tell my parents I wanted to be a musician, more like a classical pianist when I was growing up. Even that changed over time. I tell them, I want to be a comedian. I wanted to be a police officer, a fireman. Because career decisions they want to do when they're growing up. So everybody knows what they really want to do, once that time comes.
Got it.
And I think this generation people are more leading to what makes them, I guess, feel happy what to do, as opposed to like having to spend lots of money going to school and just trying to, I guess, keep up with statistics or whatever.
Well said. Monica says this. He probably shamed his son for not going into tech, made him feel not good enough. He expected the mother to back him. There are many routes to success. Tech isn't the only way. True. Melanated Vessel says, DJ Torch and chat, did you guys hear what GMT said about the son in the recent video?
Who's GMT?
Yeah,
Grandmaster Troll.
Oh, okay.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah. I think I did. Melanated Vessel. You know something? Somebody else, I think, mentioned that earlier. I don't know if I'll play it because I heard, GMT be doxing people.
So
I don't want any of that heat.
This is my thing with angry man DJ Torch. Being concerned about your child's future, I'm fine with that. That's understandable. Every parent is like that. But if I were angry man, what I would do is I would not bring this to the internet. I would talk to his child's mom. And if he's really concerned, saying, hey, I'm kind of concerned about the direction our son is going. Maybe you're spoiling him. Maybe you're not. We need to get together and really talk about, leading our son, what he really wants to do with his life. I don't think
exactly if he had that kind of logic, but obviously he's not built that way.
Right. I don't think he should be telling the internet and trying to like demonize the mom, saying, oh, she's just babying him and comparing him to Asian people and all this stuff. He should just get with the mom if he's really, really concerned. He says he wants his son to be in tech or STEM or whatever, which is fine. But talk to your son's mom first. Get together as parents if you're really, really that concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to say, oh, did he do this or do that? Because I don't know the full story. And technically, I don't. The full story is none of my business. But if he's really, really concerned, I think the first thing he should do is talk to his son's mom.
Yeah.
Right.
Jenny B says when he talks, he's so stupid. Literally doesn't have a logical argument for anything. I can understand why his son dipped. He was trying to tell him what to do, and it likely made no sense to his son.
Exactly. Wait, let me get this right here.
While you're doing that, Marvel 318 says his son surprised him a couple of weeks ago and told him he wanted to follow in his footsteps and join the Air Force.
Okay, let's go ahead and hit up Camel's message too. Oops, go ahead.
If you want me to read Maze, or did you find Camel?
There we go. Camels and then Maze.
Just because he wants his son to go into a STEM program doesn't mean he has the discipline to complete the programs. He's living through his son go apply for STEM program. He should go apply for a STEM program. May said, Tiff, yes, this is an issue for me. We have different classes of Black people, and there is different cultures among us. We ain't all the same. Facts.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Vanna says, yep, that is where I heard about all the debt AM is in. Wow. So he's got debt too. Why is it that it seems like all of these dudes technically are broke?
Well, you know they are when they come on here incessantly begging their subscribers for super chats, and he does it really bad and curses the subscribers out if they're not donating enough.
Make sure y'all hit the Cash App and support the show. I need rent money.
I'm a high value man. I got a lot of money, but I need rent money, right? Seven Bell says, welcome to the room, everyone. Let's get DJ up to 1K subs. If it's your first time here, let's get the likes up. Thank you, Seven Bell. By the way, I think Tam, you are a sub or two away from the 400 mark. Let's get you there. Tam 2.0, y'all. Sub if you haven't been there. All right. Let's keep it rolling.
Let me read Henry Mars real quick.
Gotcha. Get it.
Henry Mars says, if you ask Angry Man, he will tell you he has a plan, but does the environment exist to actually follow up? Many parents have plans, but are these plans also realistic?
Exactly. I mean, if he's struggling, if he's a struggle streamer like he is, and he's got debt, he can't afford to put his son through the education he's asking for.
You know what's funny to me, DJ, is my parents had a plan for us, and they passed when I was a teenager, and we didn't have the money to do the plan that my parents had for us, but education was extremely important. So I figured out a way to do what I needed to do to get the education that they said that we needed to have, because it was ingrained in us. So if certain things are ingrained in you from childhood, you follow that direction no matter what you have to do that when it's impressed upon you that it's important. So if he had impressed upon his son some type of realistic plan that will propel him forward in the future, and he actually saw his father doing those things and moving in that direction, I don't see how he would have deviated that far from it. And again, he's still young, so it doesn't mean that he won't go in the same direction that, you know, if it's something that's feasible, he won't still go in that direction. He just wants to be able to it sounds like he just wants to be able to make decisions on his own and not be under the thumb so much of his father.
Right. I think it's even more than that, though. I think he just, I mean, the fact that you move out to go to live with your mom, and I'm telling you, if I'm thinking from my point of view, when I was, if my dad had a music studio, I ain't going nowhere. if I'm in music, you see what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be in his studio when he ain't in there.
He'll come back home. Were you in my studio again?
Exactly. I mean, I'm gonna be right there in that music whenever he's done with his live. I'm like, Dad, can I get in it? Can I get?
You know what? Honestly, I'm just gonna listen. Everybody on YouTube, they can do whatever they want to do. I don't have children yet, but me personally, if I had a child, especially if I had a grown child, I would not put any business regarding my child on YouTube. I just wouldn't. Not that I'm demonizing anybody that does, that they're free to talk about, whatever they want. Me personally, I wouldn't do it because I think somebody in the chat said it. Then people are free to speculate and criticize and comment. And then when they comment, you get upset. You guys remember the whole Philly Dom situation?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Honestly, if I were Angry Man, if I were Philly Dom, and if I'm having issues when it comes to, parenting, I would keep that shit to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly would. Again, they don't have to if they don't want to. People, they're allowed to talk about whatever they want. But me personally, I would keep that shit to myself. I would.
That's why I don't feel bad when people go in on these guys, because they're using their own family to make money. You know, their own family troubles to make money. And it's like, dude, how did we find out? We roasting you on it. Yeah. How did we find out? Through you, you know? So that's what's funny to me. You know, if you want to be, all high and mighty, you get high and mighty back. That's all I'm saying. Vanare says, the way his son moved out, mom picked him up and the plan was to not return. He even left his cell phone. Man.
Wow.
Man.
Teenager leaves their cell phone anywhere.
Wow. That doesn't sound like it ended well, because you'd think like, oh wait, I left my cell phone, right?
Oh no. Those teenagers, oh my goodness, their cell phone is like a third arm.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So it sounded like he did not leave on good terms.
No.
Let's put it that way, or on even neutral terms.
And you know what? Angry Man is the type of father that would tell him, I bought that cell phone, you're on my plan, leave it. If he left, that's the type of dude he is.
Yeah, he is. I think he's vindictive like that. I agree. Siobhan says he's exploiting the situation with his son in order to make the mom look bad. It's for content, sympathy, and donations. Siobhan, you be dropping them gems. I swear.
I hate to say it, but I kind of suspected the same thing that Siobhan is saying. Because remember, I said previously, if you're really, really concerned, you would not be telling the internet. You would be speaking to your son's mom about this. But yeah, I feel like this is probably, and I could be wrong, it's a bit of an agenda. I think he just wants to make his son's mom, who I'm going to assume is a Black woman, look bad, look like she's babying him and just encouraging him to really do nothing. And he wants to look like, oh, I'm the hero. I had a plan for him and he's not following it because the mom is spoiling him.
Right.
Again, could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, but I suspect that's part of it. But who knows?
So,
oh wait, just me says he did lie about his friend and the problem he's facing. His kid being found unresponsive, getting people to cash app him. Why didn't he put his friend's cash app? Yep, up in the end. Right, exactly. Just me.
It came time for his mother to bring him back down here and pick up my youngest son, so kind of make a trade, right? So my second oldest was up there visiting, my youngest was down here visiting, and my oldest son was living here. So usually she'll meet me halfway. She'll meet me at the halfway point. So I was supposed to meet her halfway to drop off my youngest son and pick up my second oldest son. So all of a sudden, out the blue, my youngest son says, hey, mom said you don't got to meet her halfway. She's going to come all the way. Now, I should have instantly realized something wasn't right about that. I should have instantly knew, because she never wants to come all the way. Should have knew something was up. See, this is the type of shit that fathers have to go through. This is the type of goofy shit. I'm not thinking in those terms because I'm not going.
Notice how he's not taking any accountability whatsoever for the situations that he made in the past. It's like he's actually erasing all of that and not realizing this is what happens when you start things. This is when you start things like you did back there this is the result of the Section 8 days. what he's going through right now, what he put himself through right now. This is the result. You should have chose better. You should have chose better. You're the one who said you should have chose better. You didn't
Or
choose
you
better.
didn't. He should have chose better.
Yeah. Should have chose better. Should have chose better, dude. Now you want to complain and whine for clicks and views and money choose.
I just feel like he should speak to his son's mom and not the internet.
I couldn't agree more. That's 150% right there.
I mean, if his son is on, yeah. Go ahead.
He needs the rent money.
Yeah, it shows a pure lack of respect for other people.
Jenny B
I mean,
said,
I'm sure they didn't say, yeah, go ahead, put us on, put us on blast.
And honestly, if I were his child and he was on the internet saying this stuff, I would be very upset.
Yeah.
Jenny B said that boy sent a 911 to his mama, come get me.
Yep. Exactly. I'm telling you, there's something weird going on here. He's leaving out some stuff. I can say as another dude, he's leaving out some shit. He's leaving something out.
No dumb shit. I'm happy. I got peace of mind. And when you have peace of mind, you're not on edge. You're not looking for everything to be conniving and sneaky and shit like that. You're not thinking about that, right? Now, keep in mind, just a week before, I'd had a conversation with my oldest son. I'm like, yo, your brother is about to finish barber school.
Oh, okay.
I got him straight. I want you to go to school for tech, blah, blah, blah. I've even set up here and had conversations with Jonathan and other people that are here on YouTube that have careers in tech that make good money, and they've given me recommendations. Yo, you should get them into this, you should get them into that, blah blah blah. Right? I don't look
as a father. He doesn't. His son doesn't believe him. That's what's going on. His son just doesn't believe him.
I mean, what he's saying so far doesn't sound bad. It sounds like he sat his son down so we could have a talk with him. So I actually want to hear the rest.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. The problem is that I think he lost his son's trust long before making this mention to his son.
Again, I don't want to speculate because I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
School for him, all of this shit.
Right.
And I told him, so yo, this is what we gonna do. You know, brother's finishing school, you about to go to school, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Week before this. So my youngest son tells me, yeah, mom says she's gonna come all the way down here.
Okay, I got to read this because it's really relevant. Melanated Vessel says he better think a little harder about doing things like this. What if the mom puts out a response to all of this? Guarantee it won't line up. It's gonna, yep.
And guess who suffers and gets caught in the middle? The child.
Right.
I'm just curious why he wants this son that he's talking about to go into tech when the other son, he set him up with barber
right
school.
Because he's lying.
Well, the one thing I could say to that is some parents recognize when they have more than one child, they recognize like their kid's strength. So maybe his son has always been good with cutting hair. Maybe he's you know, sometimes kids, you have people that work better with their hands. Some people are better, you know, doing a white collar job. So maybe he recognizes in his son that he could be good for tech. Maybe he's done something like that before. That's what I suspect. As far as one child is in barber school and the other child he wants in tech.
All right. Monica M says, all he had to do was let his son go out into the real workforce for a year especially a boy, he is going to start wanting real money real fast. Be patient with your children. Dropped gems right there.
Okay, cool. You know, it is what it is, right? My oldest son says, hey, Dad, I'm going to go up to mom's because I want to visit because they having a birthday party for so-and-so. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, because I'm a laid back father. Like, I'm just, you know, it's like, okay, cool. As long as my kids are doing what they're supposed to do, I'm not tripping about nothing, right? Now, I'm not really an early riser. I have been lately, but traditionally, I don't get up early in the morning. And my kid's mother knows that, right? So she was supposed to.
Is this his only source of income?
I'm sorry, say again?
No, I'm not trying. I promise I'm not trying to be funny. He said he's not an early riser and he does this work from whatever time to whatever time. So is this his only source of income?
That would, I mean,
because
if it
he
is,
said his
I
wife
mean,
was grinding, so she apparently works outside the home.
Right.
It is his only income because every time he said, hit the damn cash out and support the show, what am I going to do with $2?
Them off and, you know, make exchange all of that evening. For some reason, she came early that morning. And I just happened to be up. But again, I didn't think anything about it. They leave. She drops off my second oldest. She picks up my oldest son and my youngest son. They leave or whatever, right? So after about a week, I ain't heard nothing from my oldest. So I'm like, I say to my son, I said, you
see, he didn't hear anything from his son.
So that means he didn't call him either?
He probably deleted the father's number.
This is deep, guys. I mean, that tells you that they didn't leave on good terms. In my opinion, that's what it feels like.
Kittens and Caskets says she's heard him yell and scream at his kids. And Thomas said the same thing.
Wow.
I heard that too in one video, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I heard him yelling and screaming at his I guess that's his wife over some he got some food delivered and she was just telling him to calm down because he was trying to get into it with the delivery driver. And he went off on her, you don't have my bag and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, he's abusive verbally at least.
Why do people know about that? Wait, so he was doing that while he was live on
I know he did the thing with his wife online, and somebody else had a video of him yelling at one of his kids about washing dishes or taking the trash out or something like that. So he's not he does this stuff online. Like these people shared like their whole lives online, and they wonder why people talk about them.
Just Me says he get flipped out mad if his followers super chat him or donate through YouTube. Cuss them out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So ungrateful.
I think it's safe to say that he's got a bad temper.
Well, yeah, because YouTube takes a chunk and he doesn't want YouTube to take a chunk out of it.
Okay, so well, tough shit. Then I mean,
well, that's YouTube.
A full-time YouTuber, then and this is your own, and if this is your only source of YouTube, then you know what it was. So why are you getting angry at? First of all, that's so disrespectful and so ungrateful. People are supporting your channel and super chatting you, and you want to get angry at them over that?
Yeah, YouTube is YouTube. YouTube would take like 30% of your money, so you gotta know that.
Siobhan says he cussed out the mom and the kids on the live. He cussed out the whole family on live, demanding for peace and quiet.
So you demand peace and quiet by not being peaceful or quiet.
See, I mean, now we know why. Now we know why his son left. Now we know why. that tells us everything we need to know. It's almost irrelevant what he's going to say now.
And Kittens and Cassie said it was pretty bad.
Oh boy, I still want to hear what he has to say. Play it, DJ Torch.
Talk to your brother. He's like, nah, I haven't talked to him. I was like, well, let me call him and see what's going on. And then my second oldest said, oh, well, he left his phone. Why would he leave his phone? So I call my youngest son because all of them have phones that I bought that I paid a bill on.
Okay, did I say it?
So all three of them.
You nailed it.
Controlling.
Okay. And one of them left the phone you bought and paid for. So next, tell us the rest.
Wait, but I'm a little confused because I thought the oldest one went with the oldest one, well, the middle one, whichever one was with him, went with the mom, and the other two are with him, right?
Right.
So the youngest one says he left the phone. So how is he going to get in touch with him except through the mother? Because the other two boys are supposedly with him, right? Or am I confused?
I think that's true. But what stands out to me is that the history of his bad temper, right? And the history that he didn't contact his dad, Angry Man, for a week. I mean, he knows his dad's number, right? You know, and now he wants to use leverage that the fact that he pays for everybody's phone bill.
Right. That's why I want him to get to the point. Okay, he pays for the phone. Okay, and next, I was hoping he would get to the point. Hopefully, it's a good point.
You know, I paid a bill for all of their phones, right?
Mm-hmm.
He leaves his phone, the one that I'm paying the bill on. So I'm like, what? So I call my youngest son and I'm like, yo, where's your brother at? So he goes and he gets his brother, right? And this Negro.
Okay. Tam's theory about teenagers and their phones raises a red flag to me about the situation. I'll tell you why.
Hold on.
It is absolutely true. They might as well melt a phone on a teenager's hand. And they would prefer that than to leave their phone. Something went down where this guy it got so emotional.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, F the phone. I'm out. I am out. See, he's leaving. Angry Man is leaving out something.
Wait, so Jay Daniels says, see how she's not paying for anything. You don't know what she's paying for. Like, these guys love to pontificate with their illiterate selves. Like, you don't know what's going on. All you know is what this raggedy rabbit dude on this panel with the
Jay Daniels, do you think you sound intelligent? All you heard was he pays for phones, and so you just automatically assume mom pays for nothing. Like, are your expectations that low of a father that as soon as you hear I pay for phones, that's it? You just assume, oh, mom doesn't pay for anything.
Or
so
she probably.
You didn't eat with that statement. And another question, DJ Torch, how old is his oldest son? Did he ever mention it?
Well, I can only assume he's either in his late teens or his early 20s.
Okay. So, but even in early 20s, like that phone is a third arm.
Oh, yes, very much so. Very much so. Oh, very much so.
My guess
gets
is
on the phone and comes with this long drawn out story about how he don't want to be down here because he said I'm being a drill sergeant, which is what I took.
I told you. I knew it. He doesn't like the treatment he's getting.
As I'm putting too much pressure on him. Translation, I expected him to do shit.
Well, and you didn't do, but you didn't do shit.
Again, this is too vague for me. This is too general. I need to know specifics. Like, what did the son specifically mean by he's a drill sergeant? This is why I don't.
I mean, my thing is is that I agree with you though. He shouldn't. I mean, if anything, he shouldn't have said this at all. Really.
Exactly.
But
Because if you're, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tam.
Because if you're gonna put a story, you either tell the whole thing and be specific, or just keep it to yourself. If you're gonna vague it and generalize it and kind of not give the full story, then you leave room for people to speculate. And I'm trying so hard not to speculate on what happened with him and his son. You know what I mean? But
you're gonna speculate, Cam.
He made it seem as though this was about him not wanting to follow the plan to go to tech school. Now it's going in a different direction, it seems.
I'm sorry.
I expect him to do more than what the fuck he just felt like doing. Right?
He said he paying for a phone and it's a family plan to get the fuck
out. That day he wanted to run his mouth, right? So I said, okay, you know what? I'll walk away. I put the phone down and walked the fuck away. And he still run his mouth. My wife's standing there listening. I'm not even on the phone. Because I talked to him later when his ass calmed down, right? So the next time I talked to him, I told him, I said, look, I said, I don't know what you're going through, but
wait, is he talking about the son that was living with him and he doesn't know what he's going through?
Apparently. It's not making any sense.
So
Ain't no telling.
his mother. Talk to his mother. Say, hey, what's going on with our oldest child? I have concerns.
But no, the funny thing is this, Tam. The oldest child was already living with him, so he should know. He should already know. If they had a good relationship, he should already know what his son is going through.
I agree, and if he doesn't, then sit him down and be like, okay, son, no BS. Like, just tell me really what's wrong. What do you feel like I'm doing that is hindering you? Like, really talk. Don't talk at each other, talk to each other, talk to your son, talk to his mom. Don't give half vague stories to the internet, because we don't know.
I don't think he has the capacity to. I really don't.
You could have walked your ass in that room like a grown man and told me, hey, Dad, I'm not really feeling the plan that you got for me. I want to go stay with Mom and try to figure it out.
See, he's either lying or he's dense.
Well, the thing is, his son didn't feel like he could come to him.
Right. He probably feels like the kid probably feels like he's in prison over at this guy's house. Jenny B says, I'm sorry, you can put 2 and 2 together. We've been calling everything in this chat live. These males are beyond predictable. They follow the same script and haven't had it in an original thought in years. Boom. Jenny, bars.
Kittens.
Out on my own.
Kitten says he wanted his son to sit and listen to him talk about his mom to the internet.
Damn.
Because you have to know that that's what he's hearing. When he's hearing this man and other men like him talk about Black women, he's talking about the mother. He's talked about his mother. So I don't understand why parents don't grasp that causes division with the child, and you put them in a precarious situation where they have to choose.
Right. Monica says, why can't he bring his son on the job until he finds his way? Well, Monica, the problem is that Angry Man ain't got no job. He's a YouTuber, you know.
So
I guess he can still help him, but I guess everything was fraudulent about him. Otherwise, he'd be helping him make music, right?
So Angry Man is legitimately just a full-time YouTuber. He doesn't just do this on the side.
I don't
I
think
mean,
it's
he
a
be on
side gig.
YouTube 24/7 though.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, all right.
Siobhan says he is not being honest. He hasn't instilled any values in the boy. Now he wants to be the authority over his future. Thank you.
Right. And
Bars.
she says it sounds like some last minute parenting on a child that's already set in his ways.
Yep. He probably was like, do whatever you want, dude. I don't know how long he stayed there for, you know, but it's like this is the time for Angry Man. He needs to decide whether he wants to be a father or not.
He doesn't. Gen Z said his son has a YouTube channel. I wonder which one.
Oh
wow,
that's interesting. I'm curious.
You think does his father promote it? He hate women. Just says he hate women other than his wife. Problems only tolerates her to get what he needs from her. Yep, I agree.
True.
So are all his children with one woman and he's married to someone else?
I think so. I know he had three children when he was living on Section 8 with the children's mother. I don't know if he has any children with the one that he's with. I don't think he does.
All right, let me kick in some shout outs in the house. Kitten and Caskets, Monica, Henry Mars, A Lady, Jenny B, Just Me, Prism, Melanated Vessel, Black Women Rise, Jenny B, Tiff, and JD is still here.
I would have looked him straight in the face and said, okay. I told him. I said, I'd have looked you straight in your face and said, okay. I said, you should have just been a man and came in there and told me instead of sneaking around, scurrying around like a little rat.
Wow.
Damn. He really hate his kids now.
Why are you dragging your son to the internet? Why are you dragging him in front of the internet? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Gen Z in the house. Man, you guys don't understand how bad this is.
Because that's you giving other people permission to do the same thing to him.
Wow.
And you know how their followers are. Like they are like some real fanboys. They will probably, if he did have a YouTube channel, they'd be over on his channel asking him why did he disrespect his dad like that, blah,
Exactly.
blah, blah.
And that is, I'm sorry that, and the internet is very vicious. You don't publicly drag your kid like that.
Man.
Because now his fans are probably going to feel comfortable enough to do it themselves.
Lita says,
and this is what's really.
Lita says, modern men. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said what?
He had a 65K lean?
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Wow. That's
a lot to be in debt if it's not over student loans or something like that.
Oh,
man.
$65,000 lien. Oh dear, lean back. Jesus.
Man, that's leaning way back.
Prism said his son was arrested.
What?
Huh? Where's that video at?
Oh, and the mess that just gets messier.
Oh, you guys, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Patrol.
Yeah, Prism says, I told you the Grandmaster Troll doxed him. Man.
That's evil.
Oh my.
Lita says a lot of people do not see children as their own people, so bad parents like him can get validation for how they treat their children.
Man, folks, this is crazy.
This world is fucked up. I can't.
I mean, Angry Man is delivering here for craziness. I appreciate the chat very much. You guys, you guys, you come with the tea, and I appreciate it. I love you for it. You come with that tea. Oh wait, I'm a dude. So you're coming with that coffee. I don't know, tea. Teas. I like tea though. I like tea. I like drinking tea. And y'all bringing it. I appreciate it.
So say caffeine. Y'all coming with the caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine free. I can't handle the one with caffeine in it. You know.
I'm trying to help.
I'm sorry, what?
Caffeine free coffee keeps the blood pressure low. Kittens in caskets.
DJ Torch, don't you ever speak such blasphemy in my presence again. I don't care if this is your channel.
What? About caffeine free?
Who drinks decaffeinated coffee?
I do too.
All day, every day.
I do too.
All day. I can't handle that. I can't handle that
caffeine
caffeine like you youngsters can.
This isn't. I don't.
This isn't. This is an insult to my coffee addiction.
It doesn't have anything to do with high blood pressure for me. I just have caffeine sensitivity.
Yep. For me, that's at least a couple. That's like 5 points extra. You know, I can't have that. Anyway, Camo says, I saw a video of this young black boy going through this sports program, and his father was with him, helping him push through. It was so many black men in the comment section saying they had no father. Wow. Man. Okay. Let's see if I can scrape through a couple more minutes of this angry man.
So this is what's really fucked up about it, because she knew that's what the fuck he was gonna do.
So
his brothers knew. All of them knew.
Wait a minute. Let me let him have his shit fit. Let me rewind it. Let me let him have his shit fit. My bad
I've
for
never heard
stopping
that
it.
before. Shit fit.
Said, okay. I told him. I said, I'd have looked you straight in your face and said, okay. I said, you should have just been a man and came in there and told me, instead of sneaking around, scurrying around like a little rat. Now, this is what's really fucked up about it, because she knew that's what the fuck he was gonna do. His brothers knew. All of them knew.
I'm sorry, it's funny.
This is
It's funny because he feels left out.
No. I understand he's upset. So once again, talk to your child. You just noticed that he not only left your house, but left his phone behind. What does that tell you? Okay, something is going on.
Right. And didn't look back.
Why did my son leave and he left his phone? This is not for the internet. This is for me to get down to the nitty gritty of what's going on with my kid.
And the fact that the other kids didn't tell him lets you know that they probably feel the same way too.
Exactly. This is messy. I mean, it's like this. He probably wants to be known as a manosphere leader, but he himself in real life shows nothing near leadership value. That's why I'm going to tell all of his followers, guess what? You should have chose better.
One thing I've noticed with many parents is, you know, they like to be willfully ignorant, act like, oh, I don't get it. Why couldn't my son or daughter just come to me? Why do they have to just leave and not tell me anything? And everybody knew. They like to kind of play that innocent card. But really, it's like, okay, let's be real. If your son or daughter came to you, you would have went off, wouldn't you?
Right.
If they said something you just didn't want to hear.
Exactly.
So it's just like that. Sometimes they can't win. They try to say, okay, Dad, the reason, when I was living with you, you were kind of a drill, so you're kind of this and this and that. Oh, how dare you? But then if he doesn't say anything, he just leaves. Oh, you couldn't come to me. You just left like a rat. It's like they can't. No, seriously. It's like, it's not even funny. It's like sometimes adult kids can't win with
it's
some of their
evidenced
parents.
by what he did. Like when he called him, when he got him on the phone, that's exactly what he did. He said his son told him what was going on. He threw the phone down and walked away. So you're calling him a rat, and you're saying that he can't communicate with you, but you didn't try to communicate with him either. You threw the phone down, and he was still talking. So what does that say? If you'll do it on the phone, you're probably worse in person.
Right. I mean, the thing is this, it's the man's responsibility to have the type of communication and relationship with his kids that allows them to be comfortable enough to at least bring 60%, maybe 70% of what's going on with them to you. Because kids, they still don't want to bring everything, right? They want to bring everything to you. But 60s, the fact that he himself said that his son said that he is like a drill sergeant tells you right there, that's a very nice way in most cases of saying he's a verbally abusive person. And the fact that he's making this rant online, right, with the whole world to see. I mean, if he's like this with his kids, it's already bad, but he probably is worse, which makes it really bad. So
help me understand how the show started with him talking about his friend's child being unresponsive to him, complaining about his child that he has this conscious. Like, how did it go to that as opposed to going along the same lines and talking about something good with your children and why it would affect you a certain way to have this situation going on and talking about good times with your children? Like, how do you leap to this man's child is unresponsive to you can't stand your kids? Like, right. The direct, like, this is how you know these people don't even think. They just get up here and say whatever. There is no forethought. They just get up and whatever spills out of their mouth is what they talk about, as opposed to having something streamlined to where it follows a direction so it could be more productive.
I couldn't agree more. 1 second. Boom.
Is the type of shit that fathers have to go through. And I don't give a damn if you live in the house.
Wait, fathers go through this because they're fathers and they're leaders and men. This is how it is, bro.
Wait a minute, but the woman that's in the house is not his mother. So you're essentially the sole parent. So if you don't know what's going on with your child in your house, that's your problem, because they wouldn't give a mother the same break that they're trying to give themselves. They would say, it's her. She's a bad mother. So what makes him not a bad father since he doesn't know what's going on?
Right. Boom. Bars.
What the children learn from their fathers is hard work, responsibility, accountability. What the children learn from their fathers are some of the greatest tools that they can use in life. You know what they learn from their mamas? To be liars, conniving, and fucking sneaky.
Oh, so what did you learn from your mother? So did,
The
did he learn all
same
that from his mother too? So just have children with men.
This guy.
No, that's exactly, Tam. Like when you guys figure out how to have children with one another, we will be exceedingly happy.
So have kids with men. I don't know what
Should have chose better.
about.
He should have chose better.
So is he trying to say that's what he learned from his mother?
I don't know. All I know is that he should have chose better. I thought if the father was in the house, everything was easy. Yep. It don't, Siobhan, you dropped another one right there. Another gem. Let me tell you, remember, it was supposed to be like the father was supposed to be in, the king of the castle and everything. Here we go. Another manosphere leader. And I put that in, quotation marks. And his house is falling apart.
And again, vague. So what are you trying to say? So you're trying to say your son's mom was being lying and sneaking? How? What did she do? There's stuff he's just not
She
saying.
came in the morning, Tam. She wasn't supposed to come in the morning. she was being sneaky by coming in the morning. Like, she couldn't have had anything else to do during the day, or she couldn't have had any other plans, or nothing else in her life mattered because he doesn't get up until a certain time.
And yeah, you're right. And what's with these dramatic pauses in between his words? He's trying to sound like a preacher or something.
Yeah. He's trying hard.
Kids learn such and such from their father. So then all your kids should have learned that from you, but you're dragging your son saying he's sneaky and all this stuff. And then saying, oh, he just learns how to be sneaky and lying from their mothers. So then have children with other men then. I mean, I can't think of any other. No, seriously, I can't think of any other solution if you claim this is all kids learn from mom.
I got a solution. Him and Melanie King are a perfect match.
Double messy. Siobhan says, I thought father's presence automatically activated perfection in the child. Exactly. I thought that was in the Kevin Samuels manual, wasn't it? I mean, come on. Let's see what else we have here.
Lita said he talks slow because he's a person of low intellect.
I think if all of this is true, I think Angry Man should start having kids with men and turn Asian, because he talks about how Asians have a plan for their kids and all of that stuff.
Right.
So I think he should just become Asian and have kids with men.
He can go under the knife with that too.
I'm just being cheeky, but he's talking about Asian families, they do this and that. And you learn all of this from fathers, and you learn lying and sneaking from mothers. So in order to solve this problem, I think from now on, he should just have children with men and be Asian.
So true.
Jenny B says, some of the worst men I dealt with back in the day had both parents and wanted for nothing. Some of these kids are better off without their father. Case in point.
Yep. Boom. I mean, and I think that brings me up to my summary for this evening, and it's this. You can make choices even as calculated as possible and it not work out. It'd be a bad selection or choice or choose better. So when these ignorant fools always are saying that black women should have chose better, knowing that they are the men that they should have chose better from, it's kind of funny to me. And at the same time, it's like, look, people are going to make a calculated decision. There are millionaires billionaires that lost billions, millionaires that lost millions. They made a choice. It didn't work out. They should have chose better. So for now on, red pill fools, you can't use that as some type of weapon against black women. Because basically, you should have chose better. Look, angry man should have chose better, right? Look at the grief he's going through. He's going through. Because he should have chose better.
Kids and Casket says in his next life, he should come back as a gay Chinaman who works in STEM.
Notice that I
man.
said nothing about being gay. I just think they should just have and raise kids together. So whether you can find a platonic male friend and say, listen, we're logical, we're not emotional. Men raise kids to be respectful and have accountability, so we should have a child together.
Well, you know what? Didn't I think I watched a video about a guy who was it was a Caucasian guy. He was trying to get married to another guy because he said it would be easier. He wasn't gay. He didn't want to have a relationship with the guy. He just wanted to live with the guy. And they could have separate relationships outside of the marriage. He just wanted the benefits of being married.
I remember that.
Okay, look, hold on. Was one of them in trouble with the law and they just got married because the other one wouldn't have to testify against the other or something?
No, I don't. You remember it, DJ?
Or was it tax purposes?
I don't remember that part of it. I just remember that he was a trucker, I think.
Yeah, melanated vessel saw it too. I don't think anybody was in trouble with the law. I think he was saying that that's the type of arrangement that he wanted, but what he was getting dragged because people thought he was just gay. He was like, no, I'm not gay. We can have our separate relationships. I just want the benefits of being married. And I guess I don't even know what benefits.
Did he need health insurance or something? Did his friend?
That would be the only logical thing is if you have a lot of money and you want a tax credit or something, or you need medical and health dental.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, maybe that was it. So I think that's what angry man should do. I think he should, if he wants to have more children, I think he should pick a guy and say we need to raise a kid together.
A black woman said he wanted the tax break. Like, is it that big of a tax break though? That doesn't even make sense. Because I remember May explaining this when she came up before and she talked about the tax breaks, and there's ways that you can still get a tax break without pretending to be gay to get married.
All right, to end the night, let's reply to Jay Daniels next. Here we go.
He says, I agree we should start choosing better, which is why I stopped dating black women 21 years ago. And I believe
thank you, Jay. On behalf of all black women everywhere, I want to thank you.
And he's still in love with black women because he can't keep black women out of his mouth. He's always underneath us. So he has this passion. He's
always underneath us.
Well,
Jay Daniels, are you a bottom?
Hey, Josh.
I didn't mean like that, but he's always here. Like, you're always amongst black women. There's more women in this chat than there are men. So he doesn't have to be here if he doesn't like black women. So there's some love. There's some love there. Like, you don't have to suppress those emotions, Jay Daniels. Let it out.
Got a solution.
Just let it out.
I got a solution for Jay Daniels. Jay Daniels, why don't you and Angry Man go together? And there's technology out there where you can get pregnant, bro. Make it happen.
Wait a minute. What kind of technology?
Where men can get pregnant.
How?
Oh, they do all sorts of things.
No.
They actually will build a womb or something, I think I heard.
How do you build the womb? Where? And connect to what?
It's cutting edge or something.
No.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to look online right now.
Okay, go ahead. We'll wait.
But no, seriously, like, they all say women are emotional and women are not logical and men are. So I really think they should just have kids with each other and marry each other, even if it's platonic.
They are homo-romantic, most of them. So.
Okay, it says here, a fertility doctor says, in theory, men could attempt to get pregnant as soon as tomorrow, thanks to advances in uterus transplant surgeries. There it is.
Yeah.
But
other experts say, okay, so it's still theoretic, but still they're bringing it up.
But that transplant, it has to be viable. So has there ever been a uterine transplantation into a male? Because again, there's still placenta. It still has to connect and be the placenta, the cord has to feed the child, and it has to grow and develop. And so if that uterus, to determine if the uterus is viable, somebody would have to risk losing a child. And then so everyone would have to be cesarean section because there's nothing for it to be birthed through. So this is just quite interesting, the science behind whatever. So
we need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
So the only so-called men that have had children were trans women that became men. So no man has ever had.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So basically, trans men. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
trans men who haven't fully
right.
Yeah,
transition.
Yeah, I have heard of that.
Change your gender, Daniels. Change it.
Well, that won't help because he wasn't born with the proper
elements.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Last thoughts for the day. Happy life. Which line? What are your thoughts on today's live?
Man, I mean, it's good to chat with y'all. Pretty Gemini. It's always good having you on here. Watch out for these manosphere dudes, man. Kevin Samuels, Angry Man, Dennis Berlin. They might as well go with each other at this point. That's the ultimate solution, and just make it happen.
All right, Tam, what do you think about?
I mean, I would be interested to see the rest of that video of Angry Man. I probably won't. I'll probably forget about it as soon as I log off. But yeah, I just feel like if I were him, I just would have kept that off the internet. If he's really concerned about his child and his child's future, then he should not have brought that to the internet. But if you are going to bring it to the internet, tell the full story, because I just have a feeling like there was a lot of stuff he was leaving out. So those are my thoughts on Angry Man's video.
All right. Cyber Dreams is in the house. Welcome, Cyber Dreams. It's good seeing you in here. You be dropping it in the comment sections, and I appreciate that. May is in the house. Vanna Ray is in the house.
I'm sorry. Some of these comments are funny. Talking about
no, go for it. Read them off. Read them off.
So, Lita says, first I want to go to the technical parts. Okay, so Tiff was like, the body will recognize the uterus as foreign. You would have to take antivirals for life. Plus, they don't have the needed hormones in the right amounts to carry a pregnancy, a viable pregnancy. So that's facts. And Lita said, if men got pregnant, abortion would be legal as hell. Vanna Ray said, which hole would a baby come out of his behind? But she's the other word.
Let me tell you something. If men knew what women's bodies went through,
oh my God.
In fact, isn't there this device where men can now feel what menstrual cramps feel like?
Yes, and they couldn't handle it. I saw a video about them doing it, and they just could not handle it. They were losing their minds, and they only put it on the lowest settings. So they couldn't even handle the lowest settings for menstrual cramps.
DJ and Happy Life, you guys should try that.
No, I'm gonna pass if you don't mind.
No, that's something Jay Daniels and Angry Man can do.
You guys should order the device and just put it on your stomach and then click the button and you'll see what we go through every month.
Tam, you can change your gender into a man if you like.
No, thank you.
Just me. Thank you for being here. We hope you do come back.
Thank you, just me.
And it's not changing a gender. It's just a machine to give you an idea of what menstrual cramps are. That's all. It's funny. Some guys were just doing it just out of curiosity. They thought they were going to boss it up and it wouldn't be that bad. That as soon as they tried it, they started howling.
Right.
All right. As a commercial break, Tam will be having a show either Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday.
I will?
One day of the week.
One day of those week.
I don't even know that I will, DJ Torch. How do you tell the future?
I just have this, this crystal ball.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to know something too? We only got through half of this video.
That's true.
You could easily do a part 2.
Even though we fast forwarded through half.
I mean, there's plenty more of excitement. He's just getting pissed off right now. Who knows what the rest has to offer?
Wait, how tall is Angry Man?
I cannot even know.
Prism said he's only 5 feet tall.
Okay, I don't know about that.
He's like 5 feet.
He's between 5'9" and 5'11", I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say more 5'9". It's just where because he's sitting in a regular chair. He's sitting, the microphone. Yeah, he might not be any taller. No, he's not. He might be 5'7", 5'8". But it doesn't matter. But it leaves, like I said, I mean, like I was saying and promoting, Tam, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh, DJ Torch. Oh boy.
Yeah, just pick a couple days, and we'll I'm telling you this. I'm telling you, he's the gift that Angry Man. He's the gift that keeps giving. People will want to see part 2. I just have a feeling about it.
Angry Man. I mean, I guess I knew what he was doing when he chose the name Angry Man. It stands out. It's because nobody would really call themselves that. I guess that's why he chose it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's always angry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, y'all, let me get the music playing. Where am I at here? Oh, okay. Why did I? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Na, 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 na.
But sometimes when these YouTube guys get angry, sometimes it's more funny than scary or annoying or intimidating. It's just because it's like they're just having a tantrum.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like I said before, like one of my favorite shows is actually All in the Family. I've loved that show since I was a kid when it was on Nick at Night. And when Archie Bunker would like go off and get angry, it was funny. So when these guys like have their temper tantrums, it's funny. It really is.
Yeah, unfortunately, in this case and in this situation, it doesn't sound, it's kind of sad because you don't want to see. I don't want to be in the front row seat of watching an abusive man talk about his family issues. Now I can see why. It sounds like to me, I don't know. Let me just shut up. Play this mix. Y'all can see part 2 with Tam.
Here we go. DJ Torch.
Money work.
All right.
El mundo quiere dinero.
Shout out. Donna Ray. Just me. Welcome. Bridget. Gemini. Ammo. Jenny B. Tiff. Marvel.
Money work, si me quiero educar.
Ray,
Dormir
Miss
en algún
RV,
lugar.
Jasmine,
Un lugar para trabajar.
Dream,
Y si no hay para emigrar.
and
Todo
Lucifer.
money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el putín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a los suyos que Dios lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. Yo vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Henry Mars, JD,
Money work.
Melanated Bethel, Black Women
Se arregla
Live.
con dinero. Con dinero.
All right.
Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción.
That's you playing dance.
Como tú me ves, sabes tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work.
Henry Mars, you have a good night as well, sir.
Good night, Henry.
I'd like to thank everybody for the kind words.
Money work.
You made it happen, not me.
De corazón.
Great, the chat is
No te hace ser feliz.
always popping.
De corazón. De corazón. Plata no te hace ser feliz.
Here we go.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
Thank you, everybody. We out.